This is the Chief and Shawn show, and we are live in the 405.
We're not live, but we are back.
We're live.
No, we're not. We are back.
And we're live.
Weekly, not live.
We're sort of live.
Okay, to everyone listening, or,
the people who are listening.
the few that listen, here's the deal. Speed Society is going to be hosting all of these podcasts. You're going to be seeing a ton from these guys. How big are they, Shawn?
It's the biggest automotive website in the world, and, they got a lot of cool shit.
Yeah, we're stoked to be working with guys like that for sure. Anytime we can align ourselves with other huge automotive people, this is perfect. So,
also, stop listening now and go and like it and comment on it, and the sooner you do that, hopefully, the more podcast episodes you'll hear.
yeah, the Crow 405, Murder Nova, Midwest Streetcars. Like it, comment on us, tell us who you are, tell us why you listen to it. Keep this going, please. There are people that don't want this to keep going.
Yeah, there's people right now trying to put an end to this. They don't want us on the air.
And we got guys like Speed Society that want to help us keep it going. So
welcoming us.
Let's do it. Rock and roll. Help everybody out.
And while you're there, check it out. Their website's awesome.
Welcome back to a extremely special Tuesday edition of the Chief and Shawn show. Mm-hmm. We are in the mess shack.
Live.
Sort of live.
I can ask if it's live. There's other people here. It's not just me and you.
If it's live,
we could have a vote.
If it's live,
yeah, live.
It is live because
live.
ED is past tense,
mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's live.
At this point right now,
it's live right now.
At the point right now that we're at is live.
Nobody can hear it right now though.
I can hear it, and there's other people in here that can hear it.
Damn it. Okay, so we are live in person. How about that?
There you go.
Live in person.
I'll take that.
The Chief and Shawn show on Tuesday. Don't even think about arguing that it ain't Tuesday because the Instagram podcast listeners will chew you up and spit you out.
Yes. and as long as this week seemed, I'd almost bet it wasn't Tuesday either, but I know it is because we're sitting in here.
Did it seem long, Shawn?
It's real long. It's
long
excessively.
and veiny.
And I can't take that shit.
Long and veiny?
I can't take that shit.
What shit?
That fucking light. Why the fuck can't we get somebody in here to fix that light?
Why can't we get them to fix the bullet holes in the walls?
I don't care about the bullet holes. Aren't bothering me. I kind of like the bullet holes.
That's how I know you're my dog.
Yeah, I kind of like the bullet holes. But the light flashing in my eyes.
Yeah, that is annoying as hell.
I feel like before next Tuesday, that shit should be fixed.
It should have been fixed.
I'm gonna
before
put that.
this
Where's
day.
the whiteboard?
Can we just
where's the whiteboard?
Can we just unhook it? Unhook the one that's making it seem like we're in Henson's mind.
Oh. Chuck would feel right at home in this deal. You want my chair?
It's like a club. I feel like we're at the club here with the light flashing on us.
Because it's so damn cold in here.
Yeah, it's.
Yep. And Chuck would be dancing like a motherfucker.
He'd have glow sticks and shit, and he'd be snowing on bitches. So now Phantom, our producer, has become the maintenance man. Here we go. One, fix it. You almost had it. Now just unhook them. I'm gonna have a fucking aneurysm.
They're gonna bust here in a minute.
Yeah, I'm gonna bust them myself. I'm gonna have a fucking seizure, man. What are you doing? Oh, there you go. Look at that. Mood lighting. Ah, this is way more friendly.
Yeah, he just dimmed it a little bit.
This is way more friendly.
Give me back.
All right, sorry to our listeners. We're having a bit of technical difficulties here.
Hey, the Mac.
Oh, turn it. I guess. Never mind. He's doing turn.
What, he cold over there?
Hell yeah.
No
okay.
shit.
Yeah, I'm hot. Oh yeah. Oh, it's probably because we're on the same shit.
So.
We have the same chemical balance.
Yeah.
Okay, so on this very special Tuesday edition of the podcast, I am so excited. Y'all don't even know how excited I am about this podcast. I have been excited about a few podcasts in my time, but this one is super exciting.
We got a couple special people here.
We have some special guests.
Very, very special
Very
people.
special people. As my dad would say, there are sinkers and there are floaters. These two are floaters. We have Precious Cooper, grudge racer, street racer, female extraordinaire. She flags races. She holds the money. She races the fastest there are on small tires, big tires, asphalt, concrete, track, street, whatever. She's done it all.
Yep.
Precious Cooper.
Definitely a as real as it gets street racer.
Yeah, and she has coined the famous phrase that is sweeping the nation. And if she don't put it on a fucking T-shirt, I'm going to.
Yep.
With that big old curly fro on the shirt, and it's going to say, off with their Precious,
head.
let me hear you say it. Off with their heads.
Off with their head.
Welcome to the Meth Shack here.
Yes.
And we have sitting next to her. Look at that. The light just came on. Look, all
Jesus
I said was
Christ.
welcome. Hey, right before I introduced
Yep.
JJ, listen to how special he is.
Yep.
Whoa!
Yep. The light
I can't
came
even tell
on.
you.
It's almost like somebody running a spotlight.
People, you know, when you're in church, I really don't, but I've heard when you're in church and they talk about the Savior and they introduce him in the play at the end, and the lights come on over top of him and they're just raised and goes, oh!
Yep.
All I said was sitting to the left of Precious, and I started to introduce JJdaBoss of Memphis, and the damn light in the ceiling literally came on and is shining directly on JJ's.
And it's not flickering.
No.
It's not nothing.
That's a special motherfucker right there.
It is.
Welcome, JJdaBoss of Memphis. Oh, God.
And he's going to freeze up.
This ain't no damn street race.
Yeah. So let me tell everybody here, for those of you that don't know, or you're living in a rock, or your mom lost her cable and so you can barely afford Cheetos, JJdaBoss of Memphis is right now on everybody's mind. He's everywhere. Everybody's talking about him. Love him or hate him, you're talking about him.
Yes, and he is,
And it has almost taken the heat off of my personal life on Instagram for a week.
Yeah.
Like they went, it's just, and people they're turning a corner on JJ. Have you noticed that?
I have. Because at first, like the first time we ever saw him, it was bad. Like,
Oh, they hated him.
yeah. I even got a text message from my mom
They hated
talking
him.
about not liking this guy. And I mean, we all know my mom.
Yeah.
And she's even changing.
Like,
she's
no,
even
everybody's
coming around,
turning the corner. And I'm telling you, there's something about the dude that you just want to get in and be a part of it, okay? Because he did that to us too, So
Yep.
he, just like us, he's got his own style, he's got his own flavor, he's got his own swag, he's got his own thing. He does his shit. He don't care if anybody thinks it's cool. He'll wear a Pro Snap shirt with no sleeves,
Yeah.
and he don't give a fuck what you think about it.
Yep.
And he'll wear boots with flames on them, and he don't care.
Those are his driving boots.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna get them fucking boots.
Those are full blown. They're fire retardant and all that. Otherwise, he wouldn't wear them.
Yeah. He has his own way of doing things. And so initially, people hate that. They can't stand a motherfucker who wants to do his own thing. They can't stand a motherfucker that ain't asking them what they think. They can't stand somebody that's going to do something on their own and don't give a fuck what you think about it. They can't take it. And that's who he is. So at first, they hated him.
Well, and
They
he's
hated him.
and you also got to say, man, he's on the opposite side of us. So that gives people a little more hate towards him.
Yeah, but when we first showed up, they hated us for the same reasons.
Yes.
They hated us because I dress funny and we act stupid and we say dumb shit. Okay, so they hated us for everything. Well, that's what they did to JJ at first. Well, now they've seen a little bit more of JJ, and then they've seen a little bit more of JJ, and now they got to see JJ kind of run the show, and they've seen the decisions that he makes when he's in charge, and they just seen the way.
What the fuck you decisions?
Well, or the we're gonna give Boosted extra time. He gave
that came
Boosted
from nowhere.
but
I
he
know.
gave Boosted extra time. He gave in on a parachute thing. Like just when you think he's not to be swayed, he's reasonable man. You know what I mean? So now they're starting to turn the corner.
Go JJdaBoss, as fair as it gets.
Yeah,
just a straight
he's
shooter.
a straight shooter. He is. That's a good honest
That's
motherfucker.
good, just
right
honest
there.
as fuck. He'll tell you straight up he gonna fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah, come on down to JJ's used cars. You know what I mean? Like
This is the guy I want to buy a car from, man. I'm here to tell you. He'll tell you his race car's been easy,
Yeah.
just Sunday drives.
just like
you know?
he said that truck's 4,700
4,700 pounds. Hey,
Yeah.
people believe that shit too,
Yeah.
man. They're like, wow, farm truck's only 5,000.
Yeah, I
They
don't
should
believe it.
race.
Yeah.
That'd be a good race.
Oh,
you know? And
trust me, it ain't for
Come
lack
on.
of trying. JJ's tried. So it's what?
4720.
4720 miles.
Yeah.
Oh, because the extra battery. Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
it's- I believe that.
The 20 is bullshit in the bed, is what it is, and you're feeding it in the driver's meeting to everybody. So
That's the fastest small tire in the world.
there ain't no lie. Ain't no lie. I'm gonna give it to you. On the street, ain't nothing fucking with that truck on any surface on a small tire.
Yep.
I think if Boosted would have made, we'll talk about it. We'll get to the finale. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. I'm gonna buy that truck from him. So
I have to be locked up if you do.
so
Everything's for sale.
Well, not everything.
Everything.
Not really.
Everything is for
I
sale
remember-
at the
I
right
remember-
price.
That's not our law.
I remember
At the
a
right
guy-
price.
A guy had told me before, if I want it, I'll take it from you.
Yeah, he told me that about my Nova one
Yeah.
time, and I believed him. So
We'll tell that little story real quick. JJ, I don't know if you know the man, but there's a good friend of ours that we ran around with for a long time, did this street racing shit with, and he's a wood. And
like everybody knew him before I came into this deal. So
his name was Jerry, but he had one fucked up eye. You know what I mean? So we called him Tangle Eye, and TEP is what they called him, Tangle Eye Peckerwood. So his name was Jerry. He was a real straight shooter like yourself. And
yeah,
the first time we, everything in here is an inside joke.
Yep.
We inside. I mean, other than the bullet holes.
yeah,
That's a real bullet hole.
they're
there,
half
JJ.
inside.
So this guy had a reputation for being a bad character, and he wanted Shawn's Nova.
Man, he was a good dude. He just did bad shit.
Yeah, you know.
I
You
can
know,
relate.
yeah, kind of. You know, it's exactly how I explained you to my mom.
So we met this guy on the side of the road going to a big street race. He was working.
He was on his way to work. He was on his way to work
It just so happened
in a big van.
He had a
In
big,
big
van
van.
and stuff. He was headed to the same town we were to do some work.
And it was empty at the time.
He was expecting to fill it up. So this
He had plans. He had some plans on going to cash days with us in Dallas and filling that bitch up.
he said, "Well, wait a minute. So everybody in Dallas is gonna be out street racing. So nobody's gonna be at home or at their business." So he met us on the way down there, and I'm telling him about him to Shawn. I'm saying, man, I've known this guy for a long time. He's wild and he's crazy, and we get along great. For some reason, me and this guy, we just get along great.
Yeah.
And me and Dave used to hang out with him all the damn time. Man, me and Dave and him, we had a good damn time together. You know, because he's a real straight shooter too. You know what I mean? You get that's a group of straight shooters.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
So
Dave who?
your friend Wormy Dave.
Yeah. Yeah, the worm. You know, the worm.
I guess opinions like assholes. Everybody got one.
Yeah.
It was sarcasm. So anyway, so we meet this guy on the side of the road on the way to work, and he tells Shawn how he opens the trailer and he says, "Man, let me
He's
see
like,
your
what do you
car."
got in there?
He said, "Let me see your car. What do you got in there?" Shawn opens it up. There's a Nova, and now Jerry is partial to Novas.
Yeah.
He has a thing for Novas. You know what I
Amen.
mean? So he saw this Nova and he went, "Ooh, man, I gotta have that." He said, "I gotta have it," and he said, "How much for the Nova?" And Shawn said, "Oh, it ain't for sale." Now Shawn's at this time was rich.
Before he started racing.
Yeah, before we got on this TV show, Shawn was rich.
I wouldn't say rich.
You know, I followed Shawn around picking shit up for myself. You know what I mean? Like, and now he does it to me. No,
Yep.
so Shawn was rich. He had all the money, all the cars.
I didn't have all the money. I had all the cars.
shit. He had all the shit. So Jerry Tangle Eye, he said, "Man, how much for Nova?" Shawn said, "It ain't for sale. It ain't for sale." He said, "No,
Yeah,
man."
just put the Pro Charger on it.
And we're going down there to win that cash
Yeah.
prize. And if it wouldn't have been for Vet Man,
Yeah.
in the first round,
In the first round.
he said, "No, everything's for sale." And Shawn, and he got his whole crew with him now of workers. They're,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
in their black uniforms, and it was cold, so they had like stocking
They had
caps,
stocking caps
toboggans,
on, and they looked
yeah.
really long, but bunched up by their foreheads.
and they all had gloves on and shit. So he said, "No, everything's for sale," and we're in Shawn's trailer in a confined little space here. And Jerry wasn't a little dude; he's a big dude.
He is.
And he tatted.
This is the first time I ever
he
met
had
him.
tattoos on every inch of his body, and that's no lie. I mean, the man had a tattoo down the side of his dick that said Peckerwood. So, and it had a smiley face on the end of it too.
Yeah.
And
I'll take your word
And-
for that.
no,
He
Dave.
didn't- he didn't- hey, and he didn't mind at all showing it to
No,
you.
Dave. Hey, he told us that
Not
we
at all.
didn't believe him. Dave said, "If you're a man, you'll put it in my hand," and held his hand out. And ain't nobody gonna do that. This motherfucker did it. Fucking unrolled it right there on him.
Yep.
So, anyway, so we're standing in this trailer, and Tangle Eye gets all weird, and he's like, "No, man, I just asked you how much for the fucking car," and Shawn's like, "I'm telling you, ain't no money in the world get this car from me." And he sat there and he looked, and it got quiet for a minute, and he kind of got close to Shawn, and he said, "If I want it, motherfucker, I'll take it from you." And Shawn was just like, "All right." But
I mean, what do you say to that?
And I had told Shawn about the dude, and I told him, "Hey, man, we respect him. He respects us, but we're all good. He's a good dude." And so Shawn, he wasn't going to buck up on him because it was a friend of mine. You know what I mean? Same way you do your people. And so Shawn was like, "All right, fair enough." He said, "Well, I guess you're going to have to take it from me." And he sat there and he looked at him, and it was a real tense moment.
It was. I was just ready for everybody to get out of my trailer.
Because me and Shawn and all our people are like, well, and then him and all the guys that was working with him, the workers, they was like, well, and nobody said nothing for about, felt like 30 seconds.
I think he was just testing me.
He was. And then he goes, huh. And he started laughing. He goes, "Man, I'm just fucking with you." Just like that. And everybody just kind of started laughing. But he was just trying to see.
Yeah, but as we walked out of the trailer, he goes, "But for real."
Hey, and then as he was walking out there,
I was like,
hey, looked at him.
I said, "Man, hey, I heard some stuff about you, and I believe you, man."
He told him as soon as he walked out of the trailer, he goes, "I like you, Shawn." He goes, "I like you." He goes, "But for real, if I want it, I'll just take it from you." He goes, "When I want something, people will park it in their living room so I can't get to it." Yeah. And I was like,
"Hey," and ever since then, man,
we've been parking in his living room.
Ever since then, the remodeling started. I drive that bitch in my living room every night.
But no, he was a good. Now he didn't after that little job that he did that weekend. He got they caught him.
They got him on some bullshit.
They got him on some bullshit,
and he left for a little while.
He went away for a little while. Then he come back, and then they got him on some other bullshit. It's weird how that works with this dude.
Yeah,
but
keep on just picking on that dude. But ever since that day, man, me and him got along great. I don't know. Yeah. He's a cool dude.
He was a good damn dude. But anyway, so everybody in the world is talking about you and whether they hate you or they love you or whatever, they're all talking about you. You know what I mean? And you got that kind of swag about you where you don't really give a fuck about what anybody else thinks, and you're gonna do it your way and everything else. And I get that, and I dig it, and we're behind you on it. And
I'm drawn to people that's like that because I could see myself in them. I mean, I've done a whole bunch of shit my whole fucking life that people didn't think was cool, or I mean, I never really cared what other people thought.
But now you haven't faltered, you haven't changed your style because what the internet's saying. You ain't calling me up going, "Man, Chief, these people are just they're shitting all over me on the internet. I'm gonna have to change. I'm gonna have to be different. You're gonna have to get me back on that show so I can change their mind." You didn't do none of that. You never even asked me about it. So I was surprised when you have done these episodes, because now you've been on television, 4 times? Because you went on originally. You went on the other show.
Yeah. Call it that.
What's that? What do you mean? Explain that. What are you talking about?
Because we honestly, man, hadn't seen it.
Right.
So we've seen you 4 times now on television. You have been on our show as recent as the finale of season 9, in the JJ arm drop, which we'll talk about. Then you came to Oklahoma City with your crew and raced us, and we came to Memphis with our crew and raced you. And before that, a lot of people don't know, but before that, you raced the other crew, the down south crew.
Yeah.
See, I didn't even know that.
It wasn't much of a race. Cry, he gets a hold of Tony.
A little bit. He gets what?
Cry Kelly gets a hold of Tony Peasley, and then Tony Peasley's a good
Which
dude.
one? Tony on your crew?
He don't have a race car, but Cry Kelly gets a hold of him, and then he tells me, "Hey, bring me so many cars up to race." And so
now y'all went to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it wasn't y'all because we wasn't even in a group. He just started calling people, getting different people from all over. Like 90% of those guys never street race with us.
Okay, gotcha.
I don't even know them. I don't even know their name, half of them.
Okay, so y'all went and raced.
So they called me at the last minute. "Hey, JJ, come go with us." So I go down there, and I said, "Give us the address so we can go get some streets, get some hits." Mm-hmm. They wouldn't even give us the address to the now, since I've been out, it was the pad.
Oh yeah.
But I didn't have a clue back then. Right. And we get there, it's like we're in jail. They wouldn't let us walk to the starting line, would they, Precious?
They wouldn't.
They wouldn't let us do anything. And I said, what? We can't even go to the damn starting line? You know, how do you know what to get a tune? How do you know anything?
So you couldn't look at the road, nothing.
Uh,
We
it's
couldn't
like-
get nowhere near close to it.
It was nothing like a street race. You know how we do in our street race when we go, we
Right.
all, hey, each to its own, go test before, do
Well,
what you
yeah.
want to do.
Right.
That's you. You
Yeah.
have to make your own bond.
I mean, that's a legal. The pad is a legal.
It's a public
It's
road.
a public road.
Yeah,
you know.
but it's
so,
you know it's a place where you if you don't know where it's at, you don't know, right?
Oh, yeah, no,
And
hey.
they had us tricked out.
even
Right.
whenever you get down there and you're standing on the road, you could look around and not be able to tell how to get there.
Right. The cars that came with us, maybe 2 or 3 was really street racers. None of them was street racers.
Okay,
But it's like
gotcha.
they didn't care. You know what I'm saying?
No, they didn't.
So you didn't have a very good experience on that one or whatever. Now, in the beginning on our show, we experienced a little bit of that too, because, the producers and whatever have their way they want to do things and whatnot. But at some point you have to stand up for the actual race. At some point it needs to be more about the race than it is about the show. So that's why when you raced us, you know how we do it. We'll tell you where we're going to race. We'll tell you, the road. We'll tell you the spot. You can go hit it all you want, and if for any reason we get to hit it before you, we'll let you come hit it too. You know what I mean? Like it's just the way it was when we went to Memphis and raced you.
Right.
You
Here's what
told
I'm
me
saying.
where we're going to race, and we went out there the night before. We was making hits. You know
If
what I
I
mean?
had to do it like I had to do it in New Orleans, I wouldn't down street race. I'd
Right.
find something else.
Well, it sounds like it wasn't quite as street race as
I met you in Dallas.
right. So
We
that's
was at a street race.
so before then, so what they've seen you on TV or whatever, they get to make their opinions on who you are and whatnot. But that's why we have this little show here, because this is kind of where we set the record straight. You know what I mean? And
Not everything's as it seems on the show.
right.
Has the show that you were on the other show, has it aired yet? Or
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. No, it aired in their first season of down there, but.
It is what it is, and it ain't what you think.
Right. Right. So, but I didn't know you. I didn't even know you were on that show. I didn't see you on that show, so I had no idea anything about you. The way that we actually came about was we went to Limpy, put on illegal cash days in Dallas a year ago or so,
Half.
or 6 months ago, whatever.
Hey,
And-
Everybody was
and-
laughing at me and Precious with our little raggedy Nova.
Yeah, and that was the one that wasn't a big deal. There was only 14, real street race cars there. There wasn't no pro mods, wasn't no, it was as real as it gets, it was a small pot. Limpy was running the show. It was a real deal cash days. And when I showed up there, Limpy had said no pro mods. That's where the whole no pro mod rule came from. We didn't make that fucking rule. I don't give a shit about I had a pro mod. Why would I make a rule no pro mods when I had a pro mod? That's dumb.
and you just got
I
it.
just
too.
built it, So why the hell am I going to make the rules? There's no pro mods.
Yeah.
So Limpy said no pro mods in cash days, and that's all we give a fuck about is real street racing. So if we can't be in a real street race, what's the point of having it? So I wasn't allowed to bring my car. We brought the Murder Nova and Dominator and El Camino. We
Well,
went
that
down there.
actually took a little bit to get into that too, though. Like he even said at first I wasn't gonna go.
Yeah, he didn't
And-
wanna,
and you got me into that deal.
Right. Well, because he like a lot of other people had just seen what was on the show, and he had formed his opinion on who we had become or whatever, and he thought we weren't about it no more. And so I had to show him, hey, look, we still doing it. You know what I mean? So
I remember the night meeting y'all down there first time.
So when we showed up down there, that's when I showed up. I started looking at all the cars and the people there, and I saw you and your crew, and I was like, I said, okay, who's that?
Yeah.
Who are them people?
Who's the motherfucker with the loud ass generator?
Generator.
Is what I said. That's the only thing that I said. Hey, we couldn't even talk in the drivers' meeting because that fucking generator was so goddamn loud. And I was like, who the fuck's generator is that? Because
Came
I
off
used
a
to be
rice
that.
wheel.
Well, I used to be that guy. I used to have a generator that was that loud at tracks.
Yeah.
I've had people who actually pulled their pit area up and drove to the other side of the parking lot so that they didn't have to listen to my generator. So
And if I didn't have to use the extension cords, I would have done it.
yeah, if you'd have had your own, you wouldn't have been around either.
Right.
So
But so we met you down there, and you introduced yourself, or I introduced myself. I can't remember how it went, but basically, first thing you did is you started jumping on us, talking about the Murder Nova and talking about this and that, and talking about how you were surprised that we was there. And I said, what the hell you mean you
Well,
surprised?
y'all know there wasn't no cameras. Wasn't nobody else there. None of the New Orleans guys, they
Right.
wasn't there.
And
Wasn't
that's what-
nobody
that's
there.
what you said, what y'all doing here? And I said, what do you mean we're here street racing? You're like, you kind of took you back because you was like, I don't understand there ain't no cameras here, ain't no TV show here. The road ain't legal. Like, it's not shut down. Like, it's a real street race, motherfucker. This is what the hell you do? You fake motherfuckers doing here.
See, I wasn't even around when all this happened.
And so I was kind of like, well, this is what we do. We street race. Whether you see it on the show or not, we still street. And you're like, you know, that kind of surprised you. You didn't think you was going to see any TV show guys there.
No.
You know what I mean? Because you wasn't there for that. You wasn't there to race TV show guys. You was there because it was a street race.
Legit street race.
Right. And so I
You started betting with us after you seen that we got down that street.
And once I saw Precious's car do work. Well, once I saw Precious's car at first, I even told Shawn, I said, that one right there, you got to watch out. I'm telling you. Yeah. That car is set up and it will go down any road and it will be fast. And it is the way it is on purpose. You know what I mean? And I kind of relayed that to my crew. And then just like I thought, as soon as the hands dropped, that car was rolling down that street.
Yeah, and you got Ronnie Pace the first round, right?
I did.
That's what I thought.
Then backed it up with another.
So then,
1500.
you know, she puts Ronnie Pace out the first round, and as a driver of that deal, you don't really get to see a whole lot of what's going on, you know, and because as soon as you get done racing, you're stuck down at the end. You don't come back. You don't go back to the starting line. So all you hear is, you know, hey, Pace is out, you know, and I didn't know. And they were like, Precious outran Pace. And I was like, shit, you know.
And we all figured Pace at being the big heavy hitter at that race.
He's legit.
Because,
he is legit.
Because he's
no doubt
legit.
about it.
He goes down shitty roads and his car will go down and he knows how to get down.
And that's one of their roads.
And that's their area. So I figured Pace was going to be a big heavy hitter in that. JB had told us that the S10, Marcus Gaston, he told us that would be a heavy hitter, you know. And so I knew that that was a heavy hitter. So when you took him out, it was like, okay, they're the real deal. You know what I mean? And you weren't. I noticed that it wasn't like when other people have been to cash days and they want to start changing the rules. They want to start arguing. They want to start, you know, pissing Limpy off. That wasn't what y'all was there to do. Y'all was there to get down how they was getting down, and you were going to win that race.
Man, I felt like that. You know, that was as legit and real and as right vibe. This last one, that was not right.
Yeah, the last cash days was different.
It wasn't.
It was a different.
You know, I love Boosted. He's all right, but he was trying. I feel like he was trying to do something that he didn't know nothing about. Just trying to run something.
It was a different feel.
I felt like there was 20 other people that was there thinking that the cameras was going to mysteriously show
There's
up.
no doubt about that.
Because
No
where
doubt
was they
about
at the year when we was there?
Right.
When we was racing.
Yeah.
Not one of them guys was there begging to get into that.
None
deal when
of
we
them.
was there.
Not one.
Right.
You know.
I feel the same way, man. I feel the same way.
You know, it was different, and I felt the vibe was different.
You know, I was Jonathan then. That's when, you know, me and him Chief sat there and talked, and he, you know, hey, you know, y'all big shot movie stars, but y'all kept it real with us.
Yes.
Y'all didn't laugh at us. We on an open trailer.
But it
I
didn't matter.
promise you right fucking now, I'd have been on an open trailer if I didn't have to stay in a motel.
Yeah, the only thing,
There ain't no doubt about it. My car would have been on an open trailer.
We always roll to the streets on an open
We
trailer.
even contemplated doing it.
But now it's so tough. Yeah, it's so tough now because of our cars. When somebody sees our car on a trailer, they're going to follow us everywhere. They'll follow you to the hotel, and then when you come out in the morning,
there'll be 30 fucking people out there.
standing out there, and they're taking shit off your car and everything else.
Right.
So we weren't, but we real recognizes real. Josh Kayla says that to me a lot. And, you know, he's a pro skateboarder, and me and him, we get along real good. We talk all the time, and he's one of the founders of the Speed Society, and he always says that real recognizes real. You know what I mean? And so there's certain people that you click with and you jive with, and that just it works out. And
Birds of a feather flock together.
Exactly. And so and I told you that night, I said,
Go get me a group. You said JJ. You said Jonathan. You said go get you a group.
I said this is a real street racer right here, and he's got real street racers with him, and they're down for real streets. And I said, so that's who we want on the show. We don't want all the fakes and the Dean Carnes and we don't want that. We want real street racers on the show because it's worth it more to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If we get to race a real street racer, then it feels like we're doing something.
It ain't worth it to race some dude who's never been on a street before and goes out there and smokes the fucking tires and you outrun him. What are you going to do? You going to brag about that?
Or worst case scenario, they get lucky and make a good lick and they beat you. The problem is, I mean, that's fine. I don't mind getting beat. I've been beat by the worst and the best. But when you know that you're not going to get a rematch with that guy on a real road.
Well, hey, I'm like this. Here's where I'm at in the street life. You know, hey, I don't act the same way at home as I do in the street. And of course, if you go to bars and if they record everything you're saying at a bar and they take it home and show it to normal people, they're gonna say you're a fucking idiot.
Of course.
But you know, hey, when I'm in the street, you know, I forget about those, and I not B Street, B JJ. But you know, more than anything, okay, say Shawn. Murder Nova, if you outrun me, I don't take that personal because you street and we love the same thing.
Exactly.
But now if some dumb dipstick that's just chasing a camera ain't really trying to do nothing, he's doing it for all the wrong reasons, trying to be popular, trying to get famous,
Trying to sell T-shirts
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
Trying to live our life.
If he
Hang on.
beats-
Let me open it up a little bit. Trying to be us.
Right. And it's different. I don't like to get beat by somebody like that.
Yeah.
Well, and it sucks to get beat by somebody like that, but then it also sucks knowing that if JJ, if you beat me,
And I'm
okay,
going to.
which you know, we all know ain't gonna happen. But
There he is.
if you beat me, I know that I gotta race you again. Okay, that's just inside of me.
I don't
have
take
to.
scared money.
Right, I know you don't. I've seen what you did to Doc. So if you beat me,
As a tactician.
that was the funniest thing I ever seen. If you beat me, I know that I can come to Memphis
And get a race.
and get a race with you on the
Anytime.
street anytime, no matter cameras, no cameras, road shut down. Don't matter if it's Labor Day weekend. It don't matter.
You might have to
gonna-
bomb me out, but if I'm out, you're going to get a race.
and I feel like one day I might get that call.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Hey, man,
but
what are
I'm
you
a-
doing this weekend?
But I'm gonna get that race, and a lot of those guys, we knew when we raced them, like, man, it's gonna suck if we get beat because we ain't ever gonna get another race
Right.
with them. We can't go to their town and get a race with them
They're
on a
not-
normal night.
They're
there
not
for that.
racing for the love of the race. They're racing
Right.
to try to steal your show. And
And-
that's where, you know what I'm saying? That's why, you
And
know.
the biggest one that I know that is like that is the guy Tough from Chicago. You know what I mean? He has followed me around since we went up there and raced him, and they prepped the road, made that big prep machine, whatever. They beat Dave, okay? They didn't do nothing special. They beat Dave, whatever. Well, all of a sudden, ever since then, he's followed me around all over the internet, telling everybody he wants to race me. And I've told him 100 million times, you got to race anytime you want it. I'll race you anytime you want. But all he wants to do is talk about it on Facebook, and then it comes off of Facebook, goes to text messages or instant messages or phone calls, and he wants to know when the cameras are going to be there. Wants to know how much he's going to get paid to
Right.
show up. Wants, you know what I mean? And it's like,
Don't want to lose
it's
like
not
that.
the same. You know what I mean? I want to race the dude. If I race him and if I get beat, I want to know I get another race with the dude in the same circumstances. This guy isn't like that. And if he beats you, Dave chased him all over Missouri one time for hours trying to get a rematch with him. And he
ain't
was
happening.
in the same parking lot
With
when
us.
people were racing.
He was
illegally.
in the same parking lot with us, and I tried to race him, and he wouldn't race
and
me.
Dave followed him to his
Right.
hotel, and he wouldn't race because the cameras weren't there. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
so,
how you feel like if you die beside somebody like that?
Yeah.
If you die beside somebody racing, and you know that they believe in the same thing you believe in, they honor it,
Oh, it's
and they
different.
love it.
If-
you don't. Hey, if the Lord call it, I guess I'm gonna die today in
If-
this car.
if-
But I don't want to die beside no dick sucker, no idiot.
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
if that's what I'm saying. When I go down through there and I risk my life and everything else that I've ever earned or made or whatever, I want to know that I'm risking it to be legendary, to be immortal, to be forever. You know what I mean? And if I'm racing JJdaBoss, the realest street racer from Memphis or from Arkansas, wherever, the realest motherfucker I ever met, if I'm racing him on a real street and something happens, well, hey, something happens. You know what I mean? That's just the way it is. That's the way it goes. It was that time.
Right.
But man, if you racing some TV,
Glory hound
somebody
chasing.
trying to get on American Idol, you know what I mean? Like there ain't nothing. There's nothing legendary about that. There's no
Man.
glory in beating that person.
That's
Hey,
how I feel.
just like what I told you whenever you got done, stealing all my fucking thunder away when we was in Memphis. If you would have set the fucking front end of that car down on my wing, wouldn't have bothered me one bit.
How
man.
did you hold that car down? That was one of my tactician moves. I figured if I could throw a little power at that car, the first thing what's Doc gonna do? He's gonna jump off of it and look at me if I'm on the back wheels and I'm gonna shoot on by him.
Really?
Yeah, only one fool would, no, two fools probably would hold that down.
Yeah, no, there's two because I
know.
I watched you do it, but I wasn't gonna let out because I knew I didn't have much real estate left to get around you. You know what I mean?
Man, I had that race.
Yeah,
that,
you
that
did,
third
buddy.
wheelie, I was gone.
Hey,
Man.
when I let out the button, I said, "I'm cracked right now. I'm cracked."
Yep.
And then I watched them ride that motherfucking wheelie out there, and I was like, "Oh God!" And then finally, thank God, things started moving and happening. And I went around him, but Jesus, it was closer than the TV show even made it look like.
That's how you know if somebody's real street. If they can hold that damn car down, knowing that this fool might run over them.
Yes.
Telling you right now, I told you when I got out of that thing, man, it wouldn't have bothered me one bit if it. I mean, yeah, some fucking idiot that shouldn't even be out there racing me. Yeah, I'm gonna be upset, But it wouldn't have bothered me at all, man. You just set that thing down on the back of my car.
When I crashed my car, I was racing Brian Davis from Detroit, and when we first met and talked to Brian Davis, we weren't sure that he was street. You know what I mean? But he came here and he raced Kyle Kelly off the camera the night before. He was grudge racing his own people. He was real street.
And that was the only time that Kai had, as far as I know, had ever done it. And there was a video that
he told us
he didn't want.
He told us if we come down there, he told them, those guys, if y'all come to New Orleans, I'll come to Memphis. What's that been, Precious? 2 years ago?
At least 2 years
He
ago.
never showed up. You couldn't hire him to show up. He's not going to show up. You know what I'm saying? And then he go make a damn go. I'm like this, man. Do what you do you, and I'm gonna respect it. I ain't gonna stereotype you. Hey, you do you, and I'm gonna do me.
Yeah, but don't lie about who you are.
But don't stunt. Don't get on the
you
Facebook.
go.
Here's what he does. I can't use Facebook because I got a damn flip phone. But him and the Bird brothers go to Memphis, and you know they scared to death, but they sneak in there and they make a little video.
in Memphis. In
Memphis on our street, AP, and
I
he
ain't
says,
seen that.
here's what it says. When, where you want it, JJdaBoss.
But
So
they
if
didn't get a hold of you.
So if you say that, no, but if you say that, Shawn,
And how much?
when, where, and how much. So if you say that, okay, I immediately get on there and I tell him, what I say, $10,000? $10,000 first of the year. I'm done talking. He never shows up. Do you owe me $10,000?
I mean, if you didn't agree to punk out money, then somebody should have showed up, you know.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you know, and
He was just doing that for fame, though. That's when I had come to race with y'all, so he run and jump on it, you know what I'm saying? That's when he run and jumped on that shit. You know what I'm saying? You never call my name. You never want to race me. You never do nothing until I go race and you think someone's talking. Like when I raced Birdman and beat him down there in Tulsa.
yes,
Yeah.
Immediately he gets on the internet, Kai does, and starts blowing the internet
Man, I
up
drove
about JJ.
2 hours at about, I don't know, about 120. You was doing what? Because you caught me pretty goddamn fast.
170, 160.
I bet I was doing 120 the whole way there in the Trailblazer.
Yeah.
And
well, I mean, goddamn, it was a JJdaBoss and a Birdman on the
yeah,
street.
JJdaBoss and Birdman on the street. I don't find out about this race until what, 10:30?
It was late.
10:30, 11 o'clock.
Well, because Birdman had said that he wasn't going to race until the race was over.
Well, I
at
didn't
the
think it was
track,
gonna
and
happen
I didn't think it was
anyway.
going to
Man,
happen.
we had to stalk him out, but hey, he stood up
Hey,
and
but he
raced.
stood up and did it.
He
But
did
all
that. I
I know
respect him.
is that I wasn't gonna, even if there was a fucking slight chance of that race happening, I wasn't gonna miss it. You know, so I hauled ass by my fucking self, and you hauled ass by your fucking self
Right.
down there, and we got to watch one, you know, badass fucking race. Hey, and I
Yeah.
cleaned house too. I mean,
Oh, yeah, no,
I
we
made
made
a
a bunch of
lot of money. Anybody who fucking said anything, I took that bet.
Now,
so.
in a little bit in Kai's defense here, because I just don't want people to think that we're just doing this to shit on Kai Kelly, because we're not. But in Kai's defense,
No, he's a nice guy in
we
reality.
actually
and then in real
don't,
life.
we actually don't even shit on the dude. We don't care to. We don't even like to bring him up, to be honest with you, just because it causes so much drama on the internet that we don't need.
Yeah.
But in Kai's defense, you know, when he is presented with when he's there and the shit's going on and everybody's doing it, he will street race.
Yep.
He will street
If
race
there's
illegally.
100 cameras there, he will.
Yeah.
I've yet to see him do it. I'm saying keeping it 100, I
Right.
ain't.
Right. Now, I don't know what, you know, he did before or whatever, but, you know, me and him have had our go-arounds or whatever, but, like, he will street race, or when everybody's doing it, he has.
He raced Brian Davis.
He raced Brian Davis here.
and I know there was
the
no
night
cameras
before,
there that night.
You know,
and
it was for money, but it was a grudge race for money or whatever. Now,
Was that before he made it big? Before he
That
made
was-
the big time camera?
that was before it's as bad as it is now, and that was before that Kai Kelly did all the live videos and the
because he wanted to do it.
yeah, and it
well,
was
and if you
because
remember the video that was out there, and he was like
Brian
checking.
Davis did.
Yeah,
And
Brian Davis made
said
the
that
video,
Kai Kelly
and
wouldn't street race
they were
her,
shitting on
and
him
Kai
pretty
Kelly wouldn't
pretty
street,
good.
yeah. He
And
had to.
He
Okay,
really
I
had
got a
no other
question.
option.
I ain't knocking the dude. You know what I'm saying?
No, because he's a nice
No.
guy.
He
when
is
you
a
talk
nice
to
guy
him.
when you talk to him. You know what I'm saying? But here's where I'm at. Okay.
I just
do
don't
you remember
like the
when we was in
Facebook
Dallas?
stuff, which he's agreed that he's not going to do that no more. But yeah, I remember when he was down.
Okay, my car. You know I don't know nothing about no damn computers. I ain't fancy. And I'm a man. I'll fight you, but I don't know nothing about that old fancy shit.
Right.
And my partner, you know, he rode with me ride or die, Jason Carpenter. He
Right.
worked. When he'll pull 8-10 hours at his job, then he'll come and help me work on my car. Me and him together. But I had been off goofing up and had messed the computer up. Precious had got on it and doing a little something. And the first stage of nitrous was messed up. And then you roll over there to Dallas. When I raced Kai, I jumped off the button and it caught on fire.
Yeah, it backfires the carburetor.
So we working on it, trying to figure it out.
Right.
You know, if it had been like my other cars with my chips and my little turn dials, I
Right.
wouldn't have to worry about
No, it was
that.
like you needed a laptop
Because
to
he's a
work on this
dinosaur.
one. Right, 'cause
Yeah, and I don't-
he's a
and I don't
JJ
like
the
that.
dinosaur.
And
Yes.
so you come
Now,
over there
I remember
and
I got a call that you were going to race Ronnie Pace for a bunch of money in
and
Dallas.
I ran him for
And so
raced him.
I hauled ass over to the spot because I wanted to be there for that race. I wanted to see it because it's street. I want to see it. If it's
With
street
no
racing,
cameras, there was like a handful of us guys.
Hey, I had dinner reservation. I was going out, and a guy had done
Right.
lost first round. I was out, and so. But when I heard that JJ was racing Ronnie Pace, I'm gonna go check
and
it out.
I run Ronnie Pace
And you
because
run.
Ronnie Pace is real.
He is.
He
That's
is.
his-
He's a little wild and a little reckless sometimes.
He's as real,
but he's
real
real
as it gets.
He's real.
Yeah, great
And-
people.
And so I hauled ass over there, and when I got there, you and Ronnie was making some test hits or whatever, and we had noticed Jackie noticed that there was something with your wheelie bars, and I had noticed I was trying to help you with your carburetor deal because you said, "Hey man, look, I don't know computers," and your carp even said, "Look, man, I'm trying, and I think that it's this, and I think that it's that." He goes, "But you know," and I said, "Well, if you don't mind, I mean, I'll put another set of eyes on it, or whatever." And he said, "Dude, please, by all means, have a look at it." Now,
2 heads better than one if one of them is a
right.
goat head.
And so all I was doing was going through the settings. Carp actually found the problem.
Right.
And he said, "I got
He
it.
did.
I got it. It's fixed." And then you made a hit, and it was fast. You know,
Yeah.
and it
then
was.
I raced Ronnie Pace.
Then you raced
and
Ronnie
I
Pace.
beat him, and I beat Ronnie.
Yes.
And then I walked over to Kai. Kai comes pulling up. He got his car unloaded.
Kai.
His car was unloaded?
No, now,
Okay,
hang on.
hang on.
The
'cause
back
that's
door
gonna
was down.
change-
The back door was down.
That's
He
gonna
had-
change my whole
No,
fucking story.
He did not have the car unloaded. He did have the back door of his trailer down, and he was looking for a race at the spot.
And I walked up to him, and what did I say?
And you said that he could have. First, you said
I got my car
2,500.
fixed.
First, you said my car's fixed. It ain't gonna happen again like it did last night. Let's go. You're out. He was out.
He was out.
You were out of the race. He was out of the race.
He was,
So it wasn't like you were preventing him from making the big show or nothing like that.
he was
or
out.
He
Nothing.
was out.
Nothing
Right.
to lose.
His trailer door was down, and you offered him a race for whatever amount of money he wanted. You said you wasn't gonna try and buy him out of it or whatever. You said whatever, and I think that the number got thrown out about $2,500 or something. And then, but he didn't want to do it at that spot.
Right, because there wasn't no cameras.
I'm not gonna say why he didn't want to do it at that spot, but he didn't want to do it at that spot.
Okay, but why didn't he want to do it at that spot?
I did not talk to the man.
So
himself.
I tell him, listen, what I
did
do,
not
Was
Sean.
talk
there
to-
something wrong with this?
Listen to this.
Because literally, I
Chief
didn't know that.
Chief
I did not talk to the man
trying
himself.
to
No,
cushion it. He don't want
no.
to dog him out, and I ain't dogging the dude out.
No, I'm not trying to
I
dog him
get
out.
that,
I'm
but-
just trying to make sure that
I offer him the hit. I
that
tell
we
that
don't-
fool, you
Well,
want this
see,
race?
but
I'm gonna
I
give you
missed
the hit.
This whole deal. I didn't know that this shit
No,
was
so
going on, and
the
And
way-
we didn't. It was a
Otherwise, I'd have
spur
been
of a
there.
moment.
Exactly.
I didn't talk to Kai. You know,
What did the road look
me and
like?
Kai ain't
Concrete.
close.
Is there something wrong with it?
Hell
No,
no.
the road was great. The road was good.
Me and Ronnie Pace raced on it.
I watched people go down that road. The road was good. Road
Then
was
why
good.
didn't he
It
want?
wasn't-
I mean, because
well,
Kai wouldn't want to shit.
Because no cameras was there, dude.
So I didn't talk to Kai at the spot because me and Kai ain't close. But from what I gathered and what I heard from secondhand information, and it may not be right, but what I heard was that he didn't want to race JJ on that road because JJ had a hit on that road and he didn't.
What did I say then?
But then you told him
Get a hit.
get as many hits as you want, and then you told him he wanted to go to another spot, and you said no, we ain't leaving. We're at this spot. We ain't
Where
busted yet.
5,000 people are and
And-
a bunch of cameras.
He
What are you
wanted to-
trying to do?
he-
You were there. Why would you have a bunch of cameras?
It's about the street.
I mean, and hey, I can't. If I'm gonna play both, if I'm gonna tell both sides,
Shoot
I'm
it
gonna tell
right.
both
All I
sides.
want you to do.
So when he said that they wanted to go to another spot, the spot that was thrown out was the meeting spot for Cash Days, where everyone was at 10:30, and this
Damn
was
right.
at 10:15. So
And he done been down there 2 or 3 days. I hadn't been there. I was working.
it did seem that he wanted to go where all the crowd was. Now,
Where all the cameras
so
were.
then JJ got in his ego or his
My
head a
feelings.
little bit. He got in
That's
his
what we
feelings
say
a little
in
bit. And
Memphis.
he got a little pissed off. He said, "I don't understand." He said he got his trailer door down. Nobody's here. It's a perfect place. Cops ain't here. We're racing and testing all night.
All
He's
his
like-
people was there.
He said, "I don't
his crew
understand."
was there.
He said, "Why?" Yeah, everybody was there. He's like, "I don't understand why he won't race." Now, I understand the Bird Brothers not wanting to race
Well, they were still in it.
because they're still in
Still
cash
in the
days.
cash
I
days.
get that.
Right.
I
And
respect
that would be stupid.
I respect
And
that.
I
would be
stood there
stupid.
with one of the Bird Brothers. I don't know his name, and no disrespect to them. I've never talked to them at length, but I said, look, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. If y'all go to the road that the meeting spot's on for Cash Days and race, you are disrespecting the people that are still in the
Most
race.
definitely.
And I said, because you're gonna fuck it up
For
for the
everybody
rest of the
else.
night for Cash Days, because we don't know where Limpy's gonna pick. You might be racing right there at the meeting spot. I don't know, but you don't want to be racing anywhere around the meeting spot where a parking lot full of race cars is and all the money for Cash Days. Like that's that's a little weird. And David and the Bird, I don't know which Bird brother it was, but he said, I agree with that 100%. He said, that sounds fucking silly. He said, I'm still in this race. I got a chance at this money. They're going to go fuck it up. I'm going to get mad. And I said, and you should be mad, So then you come back over to the group and said, fuck it. Unload that motherfucker. We'll do it right here for any amount you want, 2,500, whatever, and you got the back tire. And I went, oh, like that's rough. When somebody,
Man, you see that pass he made on that
trailer,
real street, he couldn't go down.
When
You know
your
what I
trailer
know.
door is down, and you've been told you can make a hit before, and you got
get the back tire,
and then you get the back tire. That how you turn that down, I do not know. It took more self. I couldn't have done that. And then JJ said, "You can leave. I'll chase you."
He gave him the leave,
and I was just like,
I told that fool I give you the back tire and the hit if you want it. Then.
Oh my God!
You know what I'm saying? Because here's where I'm at with it. He has been pestering me. He has said,
and I remember they asked
tell me
Ronnie
what
Pace,
all he's going to do.
They asked Ronnie Pace what he thought of the road. Ronnie said, "This is a good road, man. I don't know why
Me
you
and
didn't
him
race
raced
this.
on
A
it,
good
me and
road."
Ronnie.
Yes.
Yeah, but look, in my opinion, man, if he was any sort of man and you were begging that much for a race, he should have said, "Man, I'll do it head up."
Right.
But
You don't take fucking the hit and the back tire from a car that on paper shouldn't even be running with you
And then
here,
on a good fucking road.
I had a dude try to give us $2,000 to $1,000 one time because he showed up with a Pro Mod S10 to race my old heavy truck. I told Precious,
you should have took it from that dude.
No, we don't
If I
take.
was you, I would have.
We don't
I
take.
remember that.
There's certain kind of money we
I
don't
remember
take.
that shit.
All money ain't
you
good
don't
money.
take scared money. That's
Well,
right.
I also remember the dude that made that bet, and
He was trying to make it right because he know that
he was
wasn't real
making it
street.
right, but
He
that was
trying
money
to.
that was gone.
So
We knew that money was gone.
well, we're getting a little off topic here, but we'll bring it back in. So to the people at home that don't really know where this JJdaBoss character came from, like, who are you? What are you? Why are you?
Yeah,
Why are you here?
tell us what got
This
you
is what
into
I'm
this.
gonna tell you. I've street raced my whole life. Been around. Poor country street racing. You know what I'm saying? At different styles. We ain't got no.
And
big
you're from
money.
the area that's just west of Memphis, there, the west side of Memphis.
I was born in Memphis, Tennessee,
Okay.
St. Joseph Hospital,
Okay, there you go.
and I've lived in and out of Memphis my whole life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Joyner, Arkansas, right there on the Mississippi on the Mississippi River, right there on the line.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't know that Memphis is on both sides of that.
Right,
deal,
it's West
you know?
Memphis, and then there's
Right.
it's West Memphis, which is
Which
Arkansas.
is real nice. West Memphis is a real nice
Well,
place.
it's opinions. Brother. Slow down. And then it's Memphis. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So in a lot of so we street race in Memphis a lot because of the cops. There's a lot of action going on. They don't harass us as
You
much.
ain't lying.
Yeah,
They'll shoot your motel up and they'll do certain
they
things.
goddamn sure will.
So they don't trip on us about racing as much.
Right, because
So-
there's nothing
because
compared
they're busy
to, there's
with
bad,
homicide
there's
and
bad
shit.
people
So we
there.
race.
Yeah.
And I'm in Dallas, and I meet this fool, Chief. You know what I'm saying? We sit there and we talk and argue back and forth. You know what I'm saying? But then we respect each other, and we gamble. He didn't say nothing about my little ugly car that I had, puddle jumper, and didn't say nothing about the girl driving short. Yeah, Shawn made a joke about her damn jellies, her shoes. We ain't forget that. You did that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah?
she was in
Yeah,
know,
he cracked the
shorts
joke.
and a tank top.
shorts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jellies, yeah.
fucking right.
Yeah, instead
All
of
I
saying
know is
she's
we
a
were
badass
strapping
chick
in, and I
driving,
looked over there and I went, "Oh my god, she don't have a jacket on. She got an open face fucking helmet." I felt like a bitch fucking lining up next to her, man. I had to take my jacket off. You know?
But you guys
Cut
didn't
the sleeve off.
stereotype.
Cut the sleeves off my shirt.
Y'all didn't give us y'all respected because we were street.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
because fucking 2 years ago that was us,
Right.
You know what I mean? And this motherfucker right here, I never used to wear a helmet or anything racing
Right.
my car.
God damn.
Dude, I had a fucking the same fucking car I have now, and I used to race that thing with no helmet. You know, and
Right.
I always, even today, if I got a race on the street tonight, I would race in these sandals. I do it all the
And-
time.
and-
I test in it. You know, I mean, that's
Yeah,
that's
like
what
jellies.
I do.
They're like jellies.
Yeah, you know, I mean, that's just what I do.
But they're
I don't
fireproof
see
sandals.
other
But whole
people do
Memphis
that
wanted to
very
come up
often.
and just like choke your ass out for
For
talking about
saying
the
that?
queen of the streets for real.
No shit.
Yeah,
I,
you
didn't-
know.
I probably said no offense and LOL and all that
Well,
shit.
they didn't hear the tone in your voice right then. Y'all hadn't made that
Right.
family,
Yeah,
But anyways, I talked to Chief, and Chief says, we back and forth, talking street stuff,
Yeah.
and probably 100 other things we shouldn't be talking about.
Always. That's
But-
another reason.
part of it.
Yeah, real
But-
recognizes real, right?
Yep.
Birds of a feather.
I got the top bunk though if they do, and you got to get the tray in the morning. I don't get up to like 9 or 10. So when they slide the tray, you get the
y'all
tray.
are both fucked in because he ain't gonna be up before 9 or 10.
But anyways, this fool tells me, "Hey, do y'all got a group that y'all street race?" And I said, "Yeah, it's a group of us guys that street race." You know what I'm saying? And he said, "Man, get y'all guys. I want real street racers. I don't want no people that just trying to get in the camera. I want it real, and I want a real street." And I said, if you want it real, I said, bring your ass to Memphis. It's real as it gets.
And
I said, nobody's never been there.
Yeah, and he wasn't lying. Now, you've raced around there your whole life, basically. My whole life. Right? And it's always been that kind of situation. It's always been arm drop type stuff. It's always been asphalt roads and,
Chase is you get with here's where it's at. You getting to our little point, you come back, you told me, hey, go get your group. We're going to come race y'all. And that's when I made Memphis Street Outlaws JJdaBoss.
Right.
Because, 100 fools can call something Memphis Street Outlaws.
Right. Well, and everybody kept asking me who the hell you were, and I was telling them, that's JJ. Well, who the fuck is JJ? Well, he's the boss of Memphis. You know what I mean? So they started just JJ, he's the boss of Memphis, and then before you know it, it was JJdaBoss. You know what I mean? Right. So, yeah, I get that.
And,
but you've been doing it longer than what these people understand. You've been doing it forever.
I've been street racing and in the streets my whole life.
Right. You just there ain't a lot of internet there.
And my cousin, I co-signed that.
Yeah, your cousin. Oh, yeah.
He know me whole life. Never lied.
He said, I've known him my whole life.
I know him my whole life. He ain't never lied.
But, I ain't been into it.
I love that guy. It don't matter what JJ says.
It doesn't matter. You can ask him, man. You going to lie for JJ? Just like Precious did. You going to lie for JJ? Oh, yeah.
JJ will tell him. He said, "Oh, he can vouch for it. He can vouch for it." He goes, "I've been knowing him my whole life. He ain't never lied."
That's the bandit.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
Just like in the driver's meeting when we asked Precious, "You gonna lie for JJ?" Yeah. She goes, "Well, yeah." I mean,
how could you respect her if she didn't?
Exactly. She didn't lie about it.
Your people are super loyal.
We ride together. If I say something, the one dude, I don't know how close you got. We got in a little heated deal, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't, everything wasn't showed. It was heated.
No, it wasn't nothing showed.
You know what I'm saying?
That shit out of there.
And I got to the point where hey, stomp his effing brains out.
Yes.
And that's what's getting ready to happen.
Yes.
That's how it is.
I remember that.
But
old dude didn't bat an eye, man. He stepped up.
Yeah.
I want to treat everyone like I want to be treated.
We were in a little bit of a fight there, and things were getting heated, and you were wanting to fight a certain person, and things were getting heated, and everybody was kind of crowding around. And you said, listen, you said, if that dude right there moves, you stomp his brains out. And he
goes, and I ain't fucking playing. He said, and I was, whoa.
So obviously you in your circles and where you're from, you've made yourself known, and you have people that want to be a part of what you're doing, and so you got something special there, and it's awesome. And
they'll follow me off the end of the world.
Yes, they will.
And they're gonna treat everyone. They're gonna respect you, and they're gonna treat you like no other, now, unless they get the order not to.
Right. Once we've gotten to know them, we are close. You know what I mean? I haven't met none of them that I don't like. Your son's one of the nicest fucking people I've ever met in my life.
His fucking daddy's badass too, JJdaBoss.
Yeah.
He get it from his daddy.
Jay, he's a straight shooter.
He's talking about Doughboy.
His daddy's a straight shooter, man. I'm telling you.
This is how solid Doughboy is. This is real family. We're at home. You remember this, Precious? And I'm working on a 73 Camaro.
She ain't gonna lie.
Oh, you remember it, right, Precious? You got to get somebody to vouch for you before you tell the story.
Listen, tell them what you did. I'm working on this split bumper Camaro, right? Putting a carburetor on it. It probably runs 9 O's and 8th. But I'm going to race somebody. I got to race with this. One of them G8s, like them 4-door V8 cars or whatever they are. And he's a farmer guy. He got a little money. I'm working on this car, trying to get it lined out. And Precious comes out where I'm at. She knows when I'm working on a car. Leave me alone, because I'm slow. It takes me a second to figure something out. And I said, "What, Precious?" She says, "JJ, there's a dude here with a gun." And I said, "What? And what the hell?"
He was drawn down on him.
He was drawn down. And I said, I said, "Hey, come on, Doughboy." Most time Doughboy
at
my
your
son
house?
At my house. Woo! My son, he rolls with me.
That's a brave man.
So he takes it. Listen, this was crazy. So he takes in. He says, "So we go. I said, let's roll, Doe." So me and Doe go over there, and I said, "What's going on, brother?" I'm the kind of guy, if my group's wrong or we owe you money, we're going to pay it.
We know that.
I stand for right.
You're going to find out first.
I stand for right.
Right.
You're not going to take nothing from me. You're not going to just tell me any damn thing, and I believe it.
Right.
So the dude got the rifle, 7mm Magnum, swinging it, going crazy. I tell Precious, "Hey, get in the house with the damn women and the kids. Get them in the house. I don't give a damn. So Precious rounds all the kids and the women, the normal people that ain't ready to die that day.
Yeah.
She rounds them up. I tell the dude, hey, man, put the gun up, and this is kind of how I work in the streets when it comes to racing. If it calls,
Yeah, no, I got it.
if it's edgy, hey, it's edgy. Let me see it. I'll pay.
Let's work it out.
Let's work it out.
But you've
for right.
always when the truth comes out or when the video comes out, you've always said good race, shook the hand, paid the money.
Yeah. But the dude, I'm telling him, put the gun up. He's wall-eyed crazy, like he's on no telling what. And I said, man, put that gun up. Whatever's going wrong, I'm thinking that somebody in the circle maybe owes him money or anything.
Right,
I don't know.
Right.
And I said, I'm going to make it right.
Yeah,
just put the
definitely.
gun up.
Mm-hmm.
And he wouldn't put the gun up. So I tell Doughboy, my son, I said, hey, get this fool attention. I'm finna knock this fool out. We finna get that gun. So, Doughboy's as nice as you say, Shawn.
Oh, yeah.
He's a teddy bear.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
He really is a teddy bear.
But now he's strong as 3 good men. So I tell Doughboy, I say,
I 100% believe that shit too. He looks strong as a motherfucker.
yeah, really.
He really is.
And
He looks pretty sturdy.
so I tell Doe, hey Doe, get his attention, son. And my people, all of them, they don't roll until I say roll.
Yeah, we've noticed.
And I said they gonna follow me off the end of the world, but I'm gonna do right by him.
Right.
I tell Doe, get his attention. I'm finna knock this fool out. We gonna get that gun. So Doe goes to talking to him, and I see him when he turns. If I'm a boxer, I know you watch stands to the
Yeah.
strong position.
Right.
And so I know, and I'm watching him when he
Catch
turns.
him on the weak foot.
Right. So when he turns, what I'm saying, I knock his
ear
ass out.
holding.
But I'm left-handed. You got to be careful. I'll be turned left because I'm left-handed. You think I'm weak?
I'm
on it.
left-handed too.
Yeah. So I take and
Fucking right.
so Doe gets his attention, the dude's attention. I knock the dude out, and I grab him. What happens? Pow! The gun goes off. I'm like, you all right, son?
This is the greatest story.
You all right? You all right,
This
son?
is on the mic.
Hey, this shit should be on camera.
This is on the
should be
mic.
on
Because he said, what happened? She goes, pow.
Didn't even look up.
So we grabbed the. So I said, you all right, son? You all right? I'm thinking my son dead.
Yeah,
You all right?
holy
You all right? He
shit.
said, yeah, I'm good, Daddy. I'm good. So I said, get that damn gun. And I'm
And
twisting
this is all
son.
allegedly.
Yeah.
Chief said this. This right.
Yeah.
So I'm twisting this dude's neck, and I said, get the gun, Doe. Get the gun. Doe said, I can't get it, Daddy. He won't turn his finger loose. I said, break his damn arm. I should not have said, what happened then? so we say, and then by then the dude's arm really broke. I'm talking
Holy shit.
I mean the wrong way.
Yeah.
Right.
Listen what happened.
Yeah, you
Also
can't
sad
break
story
one the
though.
right
It's
way.
a sad story. The dude was at the wrong address. He was
Oh my
the ditch.
God.
But
You should
listen,
have put the gun down like you told him to. Talk about it.
Listen,
He was
this,
at the
this is
wrong
what
address.
this is what happened. There's
What
more
a
to this shit.
Case of mistake.
So Doe
It's that
breaks.
good neighborhood you
Doe
live
breaks
in.
his. Doe breaks,
He was looking for the other gangster. He was said,
what
I'm
was he-
JJdaBoss. I'm
what
the
was he
only
looking for?
motherfucker on this
What was
street.
It was, the house across the ditch.
It was a house. It was a
man.
ditch in between our
It was a
houses.
ditch.
Which is where he is now.
And so now he turned out. Listen, it turns out, we've little town 702 people. We don't ain't no lot of action. And I just come home from the joint.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
they
fellowship
had
as we call it.
Yeah.
My dad, he calls it the fellowship.
Yeah, it was an education
Yeah.
to be a better person.
Yeah.
That's right.
And so the dude takes and Doughboy breaks his damn arm and twists it the wrong way. And then we go to hitting. By then, all my partners, everybody's killing the dude. Or not killing him. They're
Yeah.
stomping his head off. And they get the gun. I say, take the gun apart. So one of the guys take the gun apart and they throw it in the back of the truck. So we got the gun. I'm through. You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all quit. I calm everybody down.
Yeah.
The dude is bleeding crazy. His eyeballs knocked out. Everything. I say, Precious, go get us a rag. This somebody's going to die on us. So Precious runs in the house, don't you?
Yes.
Where'd you go to? Where you went in my
And your mom's.
went in my mom's house. So we get the dude all bandaged up and everything. And about that time, 4 or 5, 6 cops come running in. They come deep if they
To
come.
protect you. To
Nah,
save you.
well, they know we got a group too.
They come to save
know,
you from the crazy man with the gun.
But check this
No?
out. Dude had a girl in his truck with him, and we didn't know. She was hiding down in the seat when all this was going on. But listen, she stood for what was right.
She did that.
Really?
She did that, didn't she? She took, and anyways, so I see the cops. So I run in the house.
Of
And I
course.
tell Doughboy, hey, son, y'all go out there.
You
You
ran
and
in there to
Precious?
get your ID.
Hell no.
You ran in there to tell me, I'm on some probation. I ain't supposed to be over here
You ran in there to get,
So the
to get your
dude-
paperwork to make sure that
So the dude takes
in
in, and Doe goes out there. My son says, hey, my daddy ain't had nothing to do with this. They hollering, they looking for JJ. And I said, my daddy ain't had nothing to do with this.
They was at the wrong address.
And so he said, yeah, get him out here. I mean it right now. Get him out here. So the girl gets out of the truck. I'm like, where'd this girl come from? She was hid at the whole time. So I walk out. And I said, man, I ain't had nothing to do with it.
You put your shirt on and go outside.
So I tell him, I said, I was just breaking them up.
Snapped up your sleeveless.
I was breaking them up. I pulled in. My dad, everybody was there. My son, they was fighting. So I tried to break them up.
You're doing the right thing.
The cop looks at me and says, JJ, it looked like you've been slaughtering hogs. Turn around. Look at your boots. They bloody. You been doing something. You ain't been trying to break nobody up. The girl gets out of the truck and says, hey, my boyfriend had a gun on this guy. Then the helicopter lands and gets the guy.
What?
Yes.
And anyways, so the
Can you
the
do
guy,
a helicopter sound?
so the girl gets out and the girl says, she starts talking about, hey, the guy telling the story. And she said, I told him this was the wrong house. And she pointed to where he was supposed to be. Mm-hmm. And so the dude leaves and the girl says, hey, she points to me and she says, JJ, that guy, he begged him to put that gun up. He didn't put the gun up. They all got him. Once they got him down, then they pointed to Doe. Said the big guy broke his arm and got the gun and took it apart. Said after they took the gun apart, JJ said, stop. Then the little curly-headed girl went in and got a rag and was trying to stop the bleeding.
Right.
So, I said, hey, more or less stop. It's over with. We got the gun. Kind of like street racing. Hey, if it's right, it's right.
Yeah.
If it's wrong, it's wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
Wasn't no sense in keep on beating him.
You got the gun.
Yeah. So he should have. Man, you really need to check the address.
Yeah, I mean, but
the dude gets out of the hospital. He
who
comes
was
back.
the dude looking for?
The dude gets out of the hospital, right? A week or two later, and he said because they thinking it's a war, and they think, yeah, they're thinking it's going to be a war because where we're from, if you mess with one family, it's the whole family,
right?
And just
and
wait.
Arkansas, there's a lot of family.
Yeah, it's tough in Memphis. But anyways, the dude comes and his brother and talks to me and tells me the story that, hey, he was supposed to be in at the wrong address. Right. Do y'all have a problem? No, I don't have a problem. We're good. So the dude gets out, comes over and shakes her hand and is a really nice guy. And he says, hey, I'm going to not do so much drugs and I'm not going to make sure I know what I'm doing before I go to the
So the next,
he could have died.
Yeah, he didn't say. So he didn't say he wasn't going to do it again. He just said next time he's not going to be on so many drugs, and he's going to check the address better. So you helped this guy.
Yep.
So from now on, he's going to be better at finding the right address to take the rifle to.
Right. But if you look at something like that, you think I'm the bad guy if you don't see the all of it.
Yeah. If you don't hear, you tell it.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
There's more than one side of the story.
You ain't never lied, JJ. You ain't never lied.
It's my side of the story. It's the right side of the story, and then it's the chief side of the story.
Yeah, and then it's the government side of the story. It's the FBI side of the story.
He's like Earl Hickey, man. He's just trying to do the right thing,
Man,
my name is Earl.
Just sitting in the house, just looking for good homes for ugly puppies, and
That's
some guy runs up with
every
a rifle.
Sunday.
Yeah,
every Sunday.
So you've been street racing your whole life. Always had raggedy ass fucking cars and kicking it, But in Memphis, it's more about, like, in Oklahoma City, it's never been about the gamble as much as it is now. We've learned a lot from places like California and Memphis and New York and stuff like that. They taught us that the money is there and the gamble is there. We've always just been more about the race.
And we never even raced for money.
And so, we never raced for money. We raced because we want to know who was faster, you know what I mean? And so it's always been, with us, it's more about the race. And I noticed in different cities, it's different. And in Memphis, it seems like it's always been about, and it still is to this day, it's about the gamble. It's about the dice game, the hustle.
The move. It's the hustle. It's no
how,
crying and no whining. That's why we do the arm drops. Because, if you do a flashlight,
but you can't do an arm drop without Chase's race.
Chase is a race. It's brothers. Right. You know that. You know what I'm saying? They're in bed
and
together.
like Derek said on the show, the Chase is a race. It gives
the real street racer a more advantage.
An advantage.
You can take somebody like the crazy dude with the pink car, the ones always running around.
Dean,
Stinky Pink. Yeah. You can take him if he's got somebody that's got $1 million.
Right.
They can put a big motor in the car.
Right.
And they can come down here and anybody can drive a car if it's got a crazy motor in it, and that you can just leave and push the light and leave.
Right.
But hey, when you go talking about arm drop, Chase is a race,
yes.
It's going to separate the real street racers. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You have to have your wits about you, even not just in the tune-up, not just in the car, but also on the starting line, and the driver comes into play more. Because look at Shawn's race with Derek. when
Most
Shawn and Derek
definitely.
raced, Derek was on the flag. You know what I mean? If
He was dead on
if
it.
he wasn't early, he was dead on it. And so Derek got way out on you. You know what I mean? Like that gives.
But like
the arm drop is with the Chases race, it gives somebody a chance.
right, but like see when he lets someone leave, then runs them down. To us, that's like you got hair on your toes and everything. You a man. But then when you
got hair on your
when-
toes?
You got hair on your toes,
Yeah,
you're a man?
it's like you're tough. If you just
Oh,
let
yeah.
somebody leave
If
and
you let
you
'em
run
go
them
and-
down and whoop them, you
That-
tough.
yeah,
You
yeah.
real. You know what I'm
I
saying?
get that. Yeah, I get that for sure. So that like
Yeah, like Ryan did
Yeah,
to fucking
to
to
Jackie,
Jackie in
yeah.
the Sonoma.
Right.
I mean,
so
it looked brutal on TV.
it did.
It looked like Jackie fucking just stopped.
And his truck's badass
mid-track.
too.
Hey,
Yeah.
I watched his truck make a pass. It made a good fucking lick.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought that he let off
And
to
then I
look
had to wear
around to
Ryan
see
out
where he
that
was.
next fucking
That was
round.
my story. I told Precious, I said, that dude knew he was winning and he looked around to see where he was.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. It looked like he was. It looked like he was in the throttle into the finish line, but it's hard to tell because of the angles and stuff. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But all I know is that Ryan went by him at 40 mile an hour faster than what he was
That
going.
car
it
is
looked like.
crazy fast. If
That
you
car
don't-
is fast. And
I know it's fast because he was going fast when I outran him that next round.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
I like it because, you know, as a driver,
But
your crew is supposed to be there to tell you you're going to win. They're supposed to tell you, you know, that you're going to do good. They're supposed to tell you that you got this, man. Calm down. You got this. That's what your crew's there for, you know. And Ryan's crew, Ryan's about to race Shawn. Ryan's crew, Billy, he says, man, last time we raced him, you had to pedal it. You know what I mean? Like, think about it. If you're flat on the floor the whole time, he can't beat you. And Ryan just goes, mm-hmm. Because he don't want to hear that shit. You know what I mean?
There was also something funny. Was it Farm Truck that said, "Man, I'm telling you right now, if that thing had a flat tire, I'd still bet on it."
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
you always bet on the murder. No, it's just like, you know.
we're going to kick Murder Nova ass. He come to Memphis. Get Precious shoes back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I heard one time Precious say that she was undefeated from the 405 or something
Yeah.
like that, and I just laughed. You know, I didn't really
For
have to
anybody
tell anybody.
living in
How'd
Memphis,
that race turn out?
I would give $5,000 for those shoes out of Sean's trailer if y'all.
Hey, don't do that. We're gonna strike that from the record.
How much? How much money?
Yeah, they'll take the whole trailer and everything for.
You wouldn't sell those damn shoes for $1 million.
No, I ain't selling it. Them shoes will get one back from me. That's the only way.
Yes.
Or I guess stolen.
I tell you, you know,
You know, whatever.
the
But you know, the
JJdaBoss name is actually, it's weird how it worked out because in the beginning it was just because you were gonna be, when we raced you were gonna be the boss of Memphis. You know what I mean? And
Well,
what's weird is
he
when I
is,
said
though.
it, when I said the name, what?
Talk.
Say it.
You
Say it,
got a
Precious.
mic.
Say it, Precious.
he
Well,
said
'cause
you
I-
heard. He
well,
said
I-
she said you heard her call me boss. That's what everybody's
'cause
always
see-
called me because
see,
I
that's
always
the thing.
run the group.
What's weird is that whenever I first, and she's the one who told me this,
And I told her, I said, quit
whenever
calling me boss
whenever I
because
first
it's gonna
said-
make people know.
Because when I first said it's JJdaBoss, and I was talking to the people when I was down in Dallas. I was texting the producer and I was like, "Hey, I think I got a group for us to go race, real street racers, blah blah blah." And I said, "And it's going to be good." You know what I mean? Because they like to gamble, they like to tussle, you know, they'll talk shit. It's going to be good. Well, when I told the name was JJdaBoss of Memphis, there was a comma in there. But then when I started calling you JJdaBoss, Precious said, "You know, where did you hear that?" I said, "What do you mean?" And she said, "Where did you hear that?" I said, "Well, he's the boss of Memphis." She goes, "Yeah, but everybody calls him boss. Like, you know, I call him boss and we call him boss or whatever." And she goes, "It's just weird that that's how it worked out." And I said, "Well, hey, then it's you know, perfect. It's meant to be because he's the boss. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
JJdaBoss." And man, when you see him with his people, he is the
There's
boss.
no doubt about it.
And-
There's no better name for him unless you was going to call him the Godfather.
Well, and
there's
like-
that's it.
But
you know,
okay, so everybody says that, you know, and I've seen some people trying to relate you to the New Orleans guys because they're from Mississippi, but they race in New Orleans. Okay,
Right.
And you live outside of Memphis, but you race in Memphis, and
I
so
bees
everybody-
over there, but I stays over here.
Yeah, it stays. Yeah, exactly right. So, but the difference is when we went to New Orleans before they even had a show and before we even knew who they were, we went to New Orleans to street race at the pad before we'd even met those guys.
Right.
And when we showed up at the pad and we started racing people and testing and stuff, none of those guys knew we were there. They didn't come. We didn't hear from them. Nothing. The only one, BJ, the guy who flags the races down there,
because he stayed real close
he,
there.
He
around
showed
there.
up. He said, He said, I heard that goddamn El Camino loud motherfucker. I come over here. And he told me, he said, I'm the governor of this motherfucking road. He goes, don't nobody race here unless I say so. And I was like, oh,
So he's
shit.
really the only one that's from there.
Yeah, and he said,
Right.
and I said, well, I usually flag the races. He said, not here, you ain't out flagging it. Yeah, I'm flagging the races here. He said, and I was like, huh, okay. And so I talked to him a little bit, and I like BJ. We get along great. And I said, I said, man, how come the cops don't come? Because we raced all night, 3 nights in a row. He said, man, it's a bad city, bro. They do bad stuff here. Well, I'm on my way back from Georgia from racing the radials. And we're scheduled to race them in Memphis. And I snuck out a way to figure out the street that we was going to be around and the streets that they race on. And I wanted to go by and visit a couple of them streets on my way through. So me and Monkey and Race Car, we're driving back, and we stop in Memphis. Now, JJ had told me before, if you try and come out here and make a test it, I'm going to know about it. And I said, that's fine. I don't care if you know about it or not. I'm just going to let you know. It's a public fucking road. I'm going to test on that road before we get there. We're going to test on it. He said, I don't care what you do because I'm just telling you I'm going to know about it. So we show up in Memphis about, midnight or so on a weekday. And we're looking at the spots, and we get out and we're checking the spots. And I mean, before we even got to the spot, we're rolling through this really, really nice neighborhood.
They're all nice neighborhoods.
That's somebody's home now you talking about.
You ain't never lie. Hey, and
somebody's mama stay over there.
Yeah.
and my phone rang, and I said, how the fuck JJ know we're here? And so I answered the phone. I said, hey, what's up? And he said, now how I'm gonna get a call that there's a big black truck and a big black trailer with a big-eared Indian in it riding around in Memphis looking at my street race spots. And I said I was gonna call you, JJ. See what had happened was I thought you was in bed. I didn't want to bug you. I know you got work early in the morning.
Right.
Yeah,
said,
you living right,
number.
Kinda like
sleeping.
He said, stop right where you're at. And I said, what? And he said, yeah. And he said, that's me on the corner with the taillight out or whatever. And I said, what the fuck? And he knew we was there. You know what I mean? That's the boss. When you go to his town and you're on his spot and he knows you're around, that's boss shit. So your name, it really does reflect that, of who you are. And it shows in your crew and stuff too. So all these people that want to talk about your nickname on TV and all that stuff, like, it wasn't that I gave you the nickname, and it wasn't that the TV show gave you the nickname.
He really is our boss.
You the boss man.
We was racing the other night in Memphis, and the cops showed up.
Yeah, what's that like for you now that because we've done it. We've been on TV and people recognize stuff. What's that done for you now that you've been on TV 3 or 4 times?
This was before.
Okay.
This was
You said
before.
the other night. So
When I say the other night,
yeah, I know.
put,
The other night with
Yeah,
JJ.
I had a
told me-
lot of questions.
Right. This was a little bit
I
back.
thought you meant maybe last weekend or
What's
something.
the
I was supposed to
statute of
start asking
limitations?
some questions.
Anyways, the cop shows up and he says, "Hey, JJ, come here." So I come over and I say, "What's going on?" I'm hesitant going over there. I'm thinking, hey, you gonna arrest me, right? So I go over there and he says, "Hey, these damn youngsters don't quit shooting at us when we go around the corners. We're gonna stop all the drag racing. There's not gonna be any racing." So we take in, and I say, "I think
They
we can
came
make."
to you looking for help.
I think we can make that go away, as long as as long as y'all ain't just crawling down our backs while we racing.
Right.
So hey, it's in the street racing world. You're in the streets, everybody respects it. So we holler at the youngsters, tell them, hey, y'all act right. Y'all don't act like fools. Go across town, do it. Don't do it in our little area. And so that happened. You know what I'm saying? They left us alone. We got our racing on.
Yeah, and when we were there at the spot, we could hear gunshots going off. They had shot up our hotel. Like, it's real in Memphis. Memphis is, but
It's a good place though.
But I've also that's some of the most fun I've ever had at a town was Memphis, and the people
Yeah.
there are super nice and they're cool and they're down to earth. But they'll tell you straight up, this is a bad area, that's a bad area. Don't do this, don't do that, don't act like this, and
There's rules and laws and everything.
there is, but also if they're in the wrong, is when they realize they're in the wrong, and they're okay with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they're not gonna let you bullshit them into being in the wrong.
Right.
They're gonna they want to see it.
You got to see it to believe
Mhm.
it. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? You think the hand's quicker than the eye? You think the
I don't-
hand's quicker than the eye, Sean?
I don't know.
You
I
don't? Do you,
believe
Chief?
nothing you say. I ain't even gonna.
Do you believe the hand's quicker than the eye, though?
No.
The hand is not quicker than the eye.
The hand is not quicker than the eye?
No.
It might be. It might be in Memphis. Did you already steal my shoes?
What'd you take?
I mean, I didn't see you take it, but did you take it?
If he took
I
it,
get
and we didn't
that's
see
where
him,
I get
yeah.
that's where you're going with this deal. I didn't see somebody steal something from me, but they stole it.
Yeah. So JJ's hand is quicker
So
than the eye.
somebody's hand's quicker than my eye. or somebody's eye.
Okay, let's get to the thing. So then,
Yeah.
then I built this badass group. I got this group. I'm Memphis Street Outlaw, JJdaBoss. I got some pretty tough guys now. You see,
do.
they roll with me.
You do, and they got fast cars.
You damn right.
And they can get down
And
any,
we real.
and they can get down any road, and they're real, and it don't matter. They're not there for the cameras. They're not there for the TV show. They're there to race, and we genuinely respect that. I feel like the first time we raced down there, we got lucky, really, to be honest with you, because we really didn't win that race.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. Well, it came down. What was it? 4 and 5 or 5 and 5?
It
or
was
was it?
3 to. It was 3 to 4. No, it was 3 to 3 until
Me and
y'all
Shawn.
raced, right?
It was 3 to 3, right?
Right, until y'all
By
raced.
then, Shawn had done his little magical thing. Precious had a crush on him. She says, "Hey, let Shawn win." So,
Hey, let Shawn win.
Let Shawn win. Yeah.
nah, I'm gonna back up on that.
But I mean, I saw the cars go down that road, and the cars that you brought, your cars,
Right.
were obviously at home on that road.
Yeah.
And we were not
At all.
And then you had the balls to bring your crew to our road, and did a lot better than I thought you were going to do, because I thought they're not going to win
You
one
thought
race.
you had a clean
He
sweep.
has some
I
different
said-
cars, though.
I said they're not, man, but he had the same cars too.
He has some of the same cars.
Yes.
Same people. It might have been a little different cars. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
'Cause
I mean, the vet, the small block killer, he
Yeah,
had
the
the same
vet,
car.
and then
Gully.
Mustang
Dennis
Mike,
Bailey, Mustang
Lee
Dennis,
Roberts.
Dennis Bailey with bigger tires.
prosecutor or prostitute.
Prostitute.
Um,
The only one that was different was what's that badass Nova? That car's
That's Lee
clean.
Roberts.
It looks good.
That's Lee
Yeah,
Roberts.
Lee
Good
Roberts.
guy. He's
Yeah.
one of my-
Lee Roberts, and I really like drag racing.
No, that's not him.
Hold on.
That's not him. That's no, that's not the Corvette guy either. That's the guy with the Camaro.
Hey,
No,
man,
red
y'all
one-
shut up. Don't
red
even talk
Camaro.
about him.
No,
Y'all
the
gonna be
one-
ready to fight
no,
y'all when
the
I get
ones I'm
back. I'm in
talking
trouble.
about-
Y'all
the
shut up, man. Quiet,
ones
quiet. They take that shit personal when y'all
the
talk
ones
about it
I'm-
and talk.
The ones I'm talking about are the ones that they just raced. The one that crashed, and then the one that didn't. Lee Roberts and the one in the red car.
Doc.
He said, because
He's not a Memphis Street Outlaw, JJdaBoss.
I got you.
No.
So, but he said, but I remember them talking, and he was like, "That big old motor, it looks like he's serious business over here. I just want to race him." And then that Doc Baker guy goes, "Woo, I won! I won!" Like the way that's them.
Yeah.
You're not going to get nothing different out of them on camera. Right. They're not going to get on camera and change everything about them, and they're not going to tell you the story, of who they were, who they're supposed to be. That's really them, and that's what's great about them. It doesn't matter if the camera's on or not. That's who they are.
This is what I can say. My group they're real enough that I put my signature anywhere I go. If that car's got Memphis Street Outlaw, JJdaBoss on it, I stand for it, and I pay anything they do wrong.
And even if you don't agree with what they're doing or what they're saying, you still stand behind them. I've noticed that too, and that says a lot. You know what I mean? Because you ride or die with your people. I've done a lot of my guys. I haven't agreed with a lot of the shit that some of my guys have done. Chuck's done a few things that are questionable, but I gotta stand behind him. That's my people. I'm gonna ride or die with them. Same thing. You know what I mean? So,
And we've thought a couple of times it was going to be die with him.
but the dude's real. Whenever he crashed his car, tore everything up, but then when they said he won, he won.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
But I was
That's
trying to
real.
get my other guy in, and Shawn voted him out.
What?
Yeah, he voted against us.
You goddamn right.
That's the
Oh,
problem.
to get Lee back in?
I'm trying to get Lee back in, so I
Yeah,
can.
but Lee lost.
I even talked to
Shit,
you.
that's a lot of money. We split that shit up. We
He
get it back
lost
in
that
Memphis.
race.
No, but hey, in my opinion, Lee Roberts should have been back in. I talked to you about this, but you didn't. You did not voice your rules.
I'm a little
on that.
green on the voice
You
board.
You didn't voice it because the rule was
He
you
got a
had
cross.
to drive it back. You had to drive it back. So
Right.
in order for the race to be over, the cars have to go back across the starting line to start the timer for the next race. So in theory, Doc Baker couldn't drive his back.
Yep.
So he would be disqualified at that point. So technically, Lee should have been in the race. He
I
should.
would
He should
still
have
think
still
that
been.
both of them would,
But if-
because old dude lost to the finish line.
Who?
Lee.
Lee lost to the finish line. But if the dude can't make it back
In
he
4
won.
minutes. You say I
Just-
gave.
but he still lost
I gave
the race.
Boots.
Yeah, but if you go down through there, and
But
that guy
Doc would have
bought-
took that.
But that guy.
Okay, but listen, he lost the race, so he's out.
No, he's
old
not
dude
out.
lost the
No.
fucking race when he didn't
The
make
race-
it back through the
No,
finish line.
The race isn't
No,
over. No, the
the
race
race-
isn't over till you get back to the starting line.
Because the other ones can't start.
Yes.
How do
That's
I
what he
count
said.
boosted out
Yeah.
if I don't
He
get
said,
the
he said when both cars come across this line, that's when the race is over, and you got 10 minutes to the next one. Okay, so just like at a
Yeah,
at
that
a
counts.
track.
That starts the counter for the next
But
race.
that's when the race is
If
over.
they don't come back and cross it, then you can't start it.
So if okay, so
Kinda like the- you know
Just
what I'm saying,
if you
in
go to
other
the track
situations.
and the other guy passes the scales.
But you notice my guy didn't argue. That's
Yeah,
a
no,
Memphis
he
Street
didn't.
out of
He
JJ the
didn't.
Boss.
He said he was
When I
good.
said,
Yes.
when I let y'all vote,
Lee-
hey, it's a gray
Lee-
area.
Lee
I said, I'm
had-
gonna let y'all vote.
In my opinion, Lee had an argument, and he could have argued it, and he probably should have argued it to get back in it because he
No,
did have
they
a
don't do
fast
that.
car.
If-
But he didn't. He asked, whatever you said was the rule, and you said you're going to let everybody vote, and you shouldn't have done that because anytime you let the drivers vote on letting somebody back in,
That's not going to
that's not
happen
gonna work.
because chances are I could have had to race that motherfucker to outrun me next round.
Yeah, and
You know
we
what I mean?
respect it.
That's part
and
of
we
it.
respect
Now,
it.
if
You
you
know what I'm
hadn't
saying?
said anything
But
about they have to drive them up and they have to drive them back and all that, then the race is over at the finish line.
See, I just assumed that the race is over at the finish line. When they drive them back, that just starts the fucking timer.
But
that
Sean,
doesn't end the fucking race.
But Sean, if you're racing Derek, you blow the tires off or he jumps or whatever, okay? Y'all go to the finish line. Or you're racing Dennis Bailey in his Mustang, whatever. Y'all go to the finish line, you smoke the tires, whatever, you had a bad case of something, whatever, he won. Okay, now, the rule is he's got to drive it back. You get down the other end, you drive yours back. He's stuck down there, they got to go get a golf cart to get him.
they leave it there.
What are you going to do? Are you going to be? You're going to look. You're going to wait. You're going to see. Because if he don't come back, I'm in. If he don't come back in, I win. If he don't drive it back, I win. Right?
Come
Yeah,
on,
see?
Sean.
Look at you. Come on, Sean. Be
Don't
honest with
smile
you.
because
Yeah.
the camera can't see you.
Yeah, you know it. Yeah, you're going because if you rule, it,
But
you got to
you
drive
know
it
that's
back.
just the rule that hey, we got some country accents and we are hooligans when we in the streets, but we got honor and
you
loyalty.
know.
If I said hey, it's over. Lee was man enough. It's over. He didn't say a word.
No, you did, and I saw that. Yeah, you did.
And
I actually I've only talked to Lee a little bit,
Good
but I lost a lot of money on him at that Real Cash Days down there. I put a lot of money on him against that vet.
you know, I believe in
I say a lot of money, man, but for not knowing either car,
right.
I bet I don't know $500-600 on him, something like that at the starting line, which I've lost more on less. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I guess getting back to that, if I saw a gray area to get back into a race, I'd do whatever I
I mean,
could
it's
to.
$50,000 to win. You know.
Yeah, and that's exactly why I said, "Fuck no, don't let him back in."
Now I get that.
I mean, we gotta
But
gotta fucking vote on that
Yeah.
deal. And I said, yeah,
I just
who
kinda-
Lee with that Nova? Fuck
I kind of feel like he had a bit of an argument there, and he didn't take it. But whatever. Hey, he rides with JJ. So if JJ says let's vote, then we vote. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Just like JJ said, what do you want to do about Birdman not making the pass? You know what I mean? Like, it was kind of, I wanted to speak up, but I didn't.
Why?
You
What
know
did you?
what I
What
mean?
did you actually want to say?
Well, because it seemed like on the buy runs that when the guy broke that I was racing,
Mm-hmm.
I had to make the pass to the finish line,
Well,
even in the final.
and Boosted didn't get to.
And Boosted didn't get to. And
So
then-
everybody's going, wow, JJ just kind of
And
making
then-
this up as it goes.
But I get that Boosted's was a little different because
it was a jump situation.
well,
He
because
boosted took a red light. You didn't take a red light.
right. So I think that Boosted won the race as
On a
soon as
red
that
light.
guy took off. Right.
yes.
So now if Boosted goes after him, it's no longer a red light. If Boosted leaves,
The race is
it's
on.
a chase. You know what I mean? I mean, in theory, if Boosted would have left at any point,
No,
he chased.
I get it.
Right.
I get it.
Right.
So
And
no,
that's what
it
he
was,
said.
It was fair. It was fair. But then even in the final, like because I knew that I was going to try and grudge race somebody because I had a hot car and I wasn't done making money even after I won the $50,000. And I said, do I have to make the pass? Because I had already made plenty of passes and I had made 5 hits or something and never had to lift up, never pedaled, never wiggled. The car was fast and straight. So I was like, do I got to make the pass? And he said, yes, you got to go all the way to the finish line. So when Birdman didn't want to make the hit, it's tough. It's tough because you want to say, yeah, I had to, he has to. But then again, if Birdman's car ain't broke, which at that point I wasn't sure, I don't want Birdman to get another hit on that road. You know what I mean? So at that, it was just a situation.
But I
that
feel
was
like he knew that when he wanted to start spreading.
Yeah, there's no doubt
then
about it.
There's something in the lane.
I
This,
knew-
that, 100 million different things. And
I
you
knew
trying
his
to
car
split.
was hurt for sure when he said he wasn't going to make a test hit
Yeah.
because
I knew
I
this-
saw his
when-
other passes.
Right.
And I wasn't that impressed, to be honest with you.
No, if he had a chance to make a hit, he would have.
And he
Damn right.
would have made it in the fucking right lane where his car looked like
Now,
shit against Shane.
Yeah, the other thing is whenever they said there was oil in his lane, when I saw the video of it on the show, it didn't look like it was actually. It looked like it was before the burnout even.
Right.
It wasn't even in his lane. It wasn't even. It was way before the burnout.
So was the oil that was in your lane, and JJ hollered at me and said, "Hey, there's some oil right here, dude." And I looked at it; it was like 3 drops, and I said, "Yeah, fuck that. They're
Okay.
trying to clean it up."
No,
and
don't
that's
touch
why.
it.
And that's why I was like,
Because you'll fuck it up.
these
worse.
motherfuckers are going to bring that mop over here
Don't
that
touch
has
it.
no telling what on it. Farm truck carries it off. It's on fire, and it didn't show me, but I started yelling at farm truck, man. And I hate to do that. I hate to ever do that. But it was a same
you have to.
situation.
You don't
as
touch
in,
that
like,
fucking
remember in
road. It's
California?
not your lane.
Well,
you know.
he's carrying that
Right.
fucking thing is on fire, and he's dragging it right across the starting line.
Right.
Yeah.
And I go, get it off the fucking lane. At least get it over to the grass.
Right, but the
you know what I mean?
the cameras can't see it in the grass.
And then that's where they had golf carts. They had all kind of shit. Parked.
Yeah.
And then the lift things.
right,
You know,
right.
and
Well,
the
then
bad
there's
thing
a
about it
big
though
bench in the
is the
middle.
first thing something goes wrong, it's JJ's fault.
Right,
Because
oh,
I'm
yeah.
running the race. I'm
Trust
JJ
me,
the
I
boss.
know. I've been
You know
doing
what
it for
I'm
a few
saying?
years now. It's always
You know,
my fault.
It's my fault. You know what I'm saying?
Hell,
So
it
that's
is my
why I was
fault
trying to be
boosted
an
loss.
asshole about it. Hey, get the hell out of the lanes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, but in my opinion, and I've told Farm Truck this before, so I don't know why he continues to do that, but in my opinion, that's not Farm Truck's lane. That's not his road. That's not his lane. He's not racing in it. And unless Birdman or whoever's in that lane, unless they ask Farm Truck to clean the road, he should not touch it or go anywhere near it, because there's $50,000 on the line here, and the final race of the
And
night.
no matter what, they could have said, "Well,
And-
Birdman or
yeah,
Farm Truck
if I-
put that fucking shit down, and it fucked
Now,
me over."
If I was Birdman and I had a broke car and I wanted to be a bitch about it,
Right.
I would have thrown a fit, because I'd have said, Farm Truck just touched my lane
Lane.
and fucked it all up.
Right.
This ain't right.
Right.
This
No
ain't
doubt-
right.
no
And
doubt
we'd have
about
had to
it.
split the money, and we wouldn't have got to run the final.
James is real.
No, Birdman's not no bitch. He ain't gonna
Right.
take it like that.
Right,
And
he ain't gonna
Birdman,
take it like
but
it, you know what I'm saying?
I wish they would have shown on the show that the oil wasn't actually in the lane. It was before
Right.
the burnout.
But,
because he drove around it and was okay, and he agreed to race in it.
Here's where I at. You know what? We're racing out there, right? We're on camera. But that shit, the races that I have been with y'all have been felt as real, and they are as real
Yes.
as it can get. You forget
I
that you
agree.
got
we
the
just
damn
kind of
mics
act
on.
like the cameras aren't around, and
Right.
you notice that a lot of times they'll catch us saying
shit that we shouldn't say.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it, and they
what I'm
always catch
saying?
me fucking saying something or
Oh,
doing
just like-
something, and
or
then
a
I go,
crazy,
"God damn
crazy
it,"
expression.
Just like how crazy that I looked whenever I was looking at that oil in the road. I didn't even think they were like on me, because other shit was going on. I didn't think they were on me. There was small tire shit, whatever was going on. I'm looking at, so I'm fucking with the road, and then I'm telling Jackie, I'm like, don't say nothing about it. Don't talk to nobody, because I don't want them to know I know. Because I want to catch them doing it. I don't want them to know I know, because they won't do it. I
What
want to
about
catch them
when-
doing it so I
what
can beat
about
their
when-
fucking brains in. And
when-
then as we're walking off, I look back all crazy at everybody, like,
Yeah.
who the fuck's doing it? Dude, I looked like a goddamn crazy person.
But if we're doing something wrong, right? Then they get on there and say it's not real. It's movie.
Yes,
It's script. It's
exactly,
script. It's this. It's
exactly.
that. Hold on now. What is it? Is it real or is it not?
Exactly.
You know.
I mean,
and
everybody does that though. Just like I'll guarantee you, Shane forgot all that he had that fucking microphone on whenever he said Goad shouldn't be on the list because he's fucking.
Yeah, if he
Hey,
knew.
because that shit
Right.
ended up getting bad. I mean,
Yeah.
go text him and all kinds
Well,
of stuff
I
after
mean,
that.
'cause
You
that-
know?
what
you
about
know.
what about when Chief told Monza?
Here we go.
Chief told Monza what he tell
7 days.
his girl see how you say he goes girl's gonna flag it. He thought he knew how I was gonna do that light, but I had him tricked.
What now?
I don't know.
Where Chief you thought you told Monza go tell Doc that he's gonna do it fast or something
No,
like
I said, go tell Doc she gonna hold the light. She
right,
gonna
and
hold
she
the
done
light.
it fast,
Yes,
right
she did.
opposite,
Yes,
and
she
bit
did.
me
Yes,
in
she
the
did.
ass.
Yes, she
you know,
did.
and I was,
Yes.
and I get all these bad comments,
Yes.
and I think you
But-
idiots. If I was doing anything, I wouldn't have read it.
Right.
Number one,
Right.
you know what I'm talking about? Come on,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know what I'm
But,
saying?
but the reason, but also I say those things
Because you
people-
think you got it figured out. You
well,
know the street. I
not-
respect that.
Not just that though. There's other reasons too. Doc gets in his own head. So if Doc thinks that if he hears that the light's been on before it's coming up and it's on and it's on and it's on, Doc puts it in his head. There's no deviation from that. That's what's going on. Doc knows you're trying to screw him over. The light was
Right.
on.
I
for
respect how you said, hey, no,
the pass
Chief stepped up and called it right.
No, well, the Doc hears it because they run back and tell Doc in his car, hey, That pass, the light was on when she brought it up. The light was on when she brought it up,
Right.
or whatever. So then Doc gets in his head that that's what's going to happen every time. Doc thinks it's going to happen every time. So then Doc would have went before the light even come up because he would have had it in his head. So I'm telling my guys, tell Doc she going to hold the light. That's just to get Doc to just back off a little bit and wait on the light.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so people are like, oh, he's saying that they're cheating or Precious is going to cheat. I'm like, whoa. I've known you for a little while.
All my life.
I've known you my whole life.
And she ain't never lied.
But I think that I have, in my actions, maybe not what I've said all the time, but in my actions and what I've done and everything, I think that I've shown you that I'm not like that. I'm not going to say you're cheating me or nothing like that, and I'm not going to tell anybody else that you're cheating us.
405 has showed us love and support.
Yes, we showed you that. So when I say, hey,
we are who we are today because of them.
if
Memphis
you
Street
watch
Outlaw,
that episode
JJdaBoss.
again, when I say, hey, tell Doc she's going to hold the light, that's like saying, tell Doc she going to hold the light. So Doc will wait on it. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
otherwise they'll get in his head and say, the light's on when she's bringing it up.
Right.
So he's going to go early and then he's going to jump.
You know, and it's like this.
So a lot of times I tell Doc things just to get him to calm the fuck down.
You know, people make a bunch of comments, like on the hand drops, right? You know, people make comments. Oh, he's cheating. He done it one way, then he done it another
I love
way.
it.
It's never supposed to be
That's
the same.
never.
Love it.
But you see these idiots that don't race and they say
Right.
bad stuff, then everybody jumps on the bandwagon.
Right.
If they say you're bad, everybody jumps on the bandwagon to
know,
say you're bad.
Yeah, that's-
you know. And I'm thinking, if I done it one way, I would be cheating. But if I do it different ways,
Right.
then the driver has to be a
Or if you
street
did it
racer.
exactly the same way, except for when your guys get up.
Right.
And then you fucking go real fast.
Yeah. So-
You know what I mean? Or something like that.
What's
would-
funny is if you watch the races that he did them different, the ones that he did that were questionable or different
Only guys
or whatever.
that jumped was his.
Well, but if
Yeah,
you watch,
You fucked your own people over.
Yeah,
but if you
for
watch
real.
the races that he does them different, he's so unpredictable that the races that you think he's gonna fuck somebody over
Yeah.
was dead up, straight shooter. And
I
then the
even
races that
watched-
you think, oh, he ain't gonna try and fuck nobody over here. This is two Memphis guys, and he'll flag it weird or he'll turn
Yep.
around, flag it backwards,
Yep.
and it's like, okay, so. If people actually sit and look at it from
you know racing.
if you're not objective, if you look
Yes.
at it with an open
Unless
mind,
you're trying to
Right.
fucking
But
pick
if you
something
look at it
apart.
with an
I thought
open-
the flagging was great.
if you look at it with an open mind, you'd look at it from both sides and you'd say, hey, look, looks to me like he's just random as fuck.
I mean,
Hey,
I said it
I
that
won
night.
$20 on Dave, remember? Was you in my trailer? Phantom, you was, wasn't you? Dave, y'all ain't gonna back me up like she does him. I see how this is. I see,
knowed you all your life.
I see
Hey,
how
we
this
ain't
is.
ride or die
Man,
like Precious is.
man,
Precious, whether she's there or not. Oh, yeah.
I gotta
Yeah.
get my boss up here because no matter what he says, she goes, yep. You all motherfuckers looking at me like, what? No, I don't remember that.
Hey, I might as the story
Dave,
goes. Hang on.
before I raced, Dave come in my trailer and he's like, that motherfucker flagged it quick. I said, what are you talking about? He goes, he flagged it quick. I said, you've been flagging it the same way for the last 2 hours. He's like, no, he hadn't. He did mine different. And I said, Dave, yeah. I said, I guarantee you, he took 2 steps back and dropped his arms. He goes, no, he didn't take any steps back. As soon as he stopped the car, he dropped his hands. And I was like, bet 20. And he goes, you wasn't even up there. I said, I don't care. I don't have to be up there. I know what he's doing. I'm watching him. He's done it the same way for all the big races. Only the little races or the weird races, the ones he did different, all the big races were straight up. I said $20. And he goes, you wasn't even up there. I said, then bet me 20. He bet $20. We watched it on slow-mo on the phone, the video of his phone that he had. And it was 1 step, 2 step. Now the second step was a jump, because he 1 step and then he jumped backwards. But that's a step. And he took 2 steps and I won $20. And Dave was like, goddamn, I was sitting there and I watched him flag it and I would have said that he didn't move at all. I said, that's why you gotta shut the fuck up on that shit. Because if you say that, the whole world's gonna agree with it, just like everything else you said.
Say it. And you wouldn't believe
But then-
the different people that'll come up to you and say do this and say do that.
Yeah.
And only the real ones don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Shawn never asked me anything about a race.
Yeah.
You never asked me anything.
Yeah, but you know
Guess
what?
what?
I've said it-
My people never ask me anything because they know I'm like this. If I cheat for my people like that, all I'm doing is setting them up for failure later when I get where I can't do it.
Yep.
They got to
Or
learn
there's
what's going
another
on.
flagger.
Right.
Well, that's the thing,
they
though,
got to
also.
stand on their own. They
But
got to do
also,
that.
if
Now,
they're
if you
not
jump
fast
on them,
enough-
I'm going to help them.
Yeah, but if they're not fast enough to win the first round, how are they gonna be fast enough to win the
Right.
last round? So what are you giving them? You ain't giving them nothing. All
Nothing.
you're doing
Setting them
is
up
you're,
for failure.
You're setting them up for failure later. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because then they're gonna get the confidence up, think they're gonna win the whole thing.
Yep.
But and then they don't get the flag right one time, and they're fucked. So
I mean,
whatever,
I've
man.
said it. I said it to you. I've said it to everybody. You can't fuck me on the flag. Because
Right.
I'm going to wait until you move, or I'm
That's
going to wait
you.
until the light comes
Yeah.
on. And, I mean,
You know,
she
Dave
flags
said that stuff
fucking every
in that
race
camera to you. You remember he
ever.
went to Shawn. Dave did the worm. And he said, Shawn, you know, his gal's gone up to do this. You know, rah, rah, rah. You know what I'm saying?
Is
and
that his
Shawn
Dave
said,
impression? Is that the Dave?
The rah, rah, rah
Is that your
deal.
Dave impression? I'm going to do this.
And Shawn said, Shawn's exact words, you know, he can't F me on the light, I'm going to go.
Right.
You know, like if someone says some bad things, there's 100
But that's
million
the thing.
people that's going to jump on the bandwagon.
Even when Dave and the guy from Memphis were racing and they came to you and wanted to change the way you were flagging, I said, I don't understand. It's a flashlight. He can't screw you.
No,
You
when the
go
light comes
on the
on, you
light.
go. It
The
doesn't
only,
matter.
I mean, the only way he can screw you is if he
Put my
if he-
hands over your
if he
eyes.
point- yeah.
I'm not going to do that. You know? Hey, you said
do this,
Yeah.
you know, and so that
Yeah.
this guy can see it.
So,
Right.
You know, it was like,
That's gonna be pretty noticeable.
For real.
you know, it was like, I don't understand why y'all are even doing this. What y'all are doing are taking away from everything you've done so far. You know, we ran on that flashlight all night, and then you're wanting to change it. I was like, I don't get it. So what you did to them when they
Was
asked you
worse
that,
than-
but it was great because they wanted a different flag. They
But
wanted,
it was exactly the way they wanted it, though.
yeah, but
It didn't make no
made them
sense.
look stupid.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And you know, my guy, he's apologized. Brian Britt said he's
Right.
apologized 100 times. Hey, I should not
He
have
just-
never went
yeah.
up there. And I told him, hey, if one of my guys ever come back up there to me and say, I don't care if Donald Trump tells you to come up there, you better not.
Right.
And
He
you know, he
just
caught
wanted-
a lot of slack because he was green and he let the worm lead him up there. And then the worm takes and chops it up different on him
Yeah,
and throws him under the bus.
Made him look like the dumb one.
So Brian gets back to Memphis. Everybody wants to dogpile him, right?
Yeah.
And Brian's, you know, he's innocent in a way. He's green to the movie stuff. He's like, I promise, Jay. He almost got kicked off the team for that. You know what I'm saying? But
Dave
you
almost
know,
got him kicked off the team. That's what happens. You start
Yeah.
running with Dave. You get kicked off the team.
Start running with Dave.
you know, Dave's intelligent. He's a damn worm. He's no dummy.
Yeah, no. Dave is.
He's
Dave is
good.
very-
Dave's no dummy.
Dave's
No,
very-
and he's good.
He's very opportunistic. You know what I mean? He's
He'll
lucky,
figure-
but he's also the reason he's lucky is because he's able to jump on opportunities that arise.
Dave wants to win at any cost.
Of course, he's a racer.
Yeah, but everybody don't want it like that. You didn't want it like that.
Well, no,
You could have
okay.
got them shoes of yours back but you said, no, I don't want it like that.
Yeah, that's
Oh, you
different.
gotta take that back.
Shit,
That's
Dave's
different.
going to take that shit and run with it.
I see.
You know,
what
and
you're
I respect him.
saying.
That's
No, I
him.
see
I
what
ain't
you're
gonna dog him. I ain't gonna say nothing. Each to their own.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. I get it.
He ain't gonna
There's-
deny it.
There's
Yeah, no, he's a
Dave's,
good
Dave's
dude.
never
You know,
claimed.
No, Dave's gonna own it.
Dave's
you
never.
know?
Yeah.
Dave's never claimed to, to be honorable.
We
you know?
all don't.
Honorable.
You know, we all don't
Dave
think
will
alike,
let you
or we'd
know.
all be fighting over the same thing.
Yep. Dave will let you know straight up. If you give him a chance, he gonna beat you. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And he's done it to me. That man could get in my head. I've never seen anybody that could get to me the way he does. Because every time I've raced him, he has been able to snooker me out of it. And it's unbelievable how good he is at it to me. And people don't understand it. He will say,
Pick
he'll-
you apart to get it his way.
but he'll start it on Tuesday of the week before.
Yep.
He's so good at it. He'll start on Tuesday the week before. He'll send me a message outside the group. Hey, don't tell nobody. And send me a picture of a broken rod.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, you got one of these? And I'd be like, oh, shit, man. Let me see if I can find something. You know, and then I'm trying to help him out. But then it puts it in my head, well, his motor's broke. And so then all week, he's like, man, I'm not going to be having any time to test. I'm barely going to be putting it together right before the race.
What?
And it ain't made a hit. So then it gets in my head. So then when we get to the race, well, I turn mine down because I know that he
Either
ain't.
that or you start thinking he's got me like this before.
Yeah.
So you end up turning yours up.
Either way,
You know, either way he's in your head.
He gets me so bad like that, and then I
Yeah,
lose.
but the thing about Dave
And
is
then
even while you can sit there and know that he fucking has you, and he could still walk up to me and say, hey, man, you got $5 on you? And I'd loan it to him.
Ah, dude, he's
Fucking
fun. Hey,
he came
Dave,
up crying to
man.
me about the light, right? About how I was doing the light. And the whole time, he maneuvered my guy to come up there and almost lose his whole
because
life.
all he's gotta do,
and
though-
then he turns around.
all he's got to do to your guy.
But
who's
guess
green,
what? He's
all
got
gotta-
this no prep guy standing over to the side. That's his buddy, the dude that does the no prep race. What's this? The black-headed dude, the one that want to act tough. And I said, turn them goddamn cameras off. You think you that tough?
Wiley.
Is that who it is?
Wiley.
Oh, yeah,
Wiley.
Wiley
At the
is
whole
that
time-
goddamn tough.
Wiley's
Yeah.
tough. though.
Wiley's
He is tough.
Well, he
Wiley's
gonna find
tough.
out.
I like, and Wiley's fair. and
Yeah,
he- but,
Wiley
you
is
know.
as fair. If Wiley says something,
But
you can fucking guarantee
The
it's
whole
truth.
time,
Or he believes
Dave,
it.
Yeah,
Dave
or-
has
yeah.
him. Dave has him up there, and Dave knows that he wants Wiley to flag it. And the other time, he's got my guy over there complaining, saying, I'm doing something wrong. Hey, if you want somebody to flag it, okay, the guy's tough, he's fair, he's all of the above, right? Just walk up and say, JJdaBoss, I want this guy to flag. I respect it. I'm gonna give it to you if that's how you want it.
Instead of trying to
You don't manipulate the situation.
Yeah.
But hey, and Dave and I've done my fair weasel shit, but like, trust me, I ain't no saint.
have.
But like, if I was racing that guy, now I don't think Dave had anything to worry about against that guy.
Which guy? Which car
Brian
did he
Britt, the yellow Camaro,
Back
right?
half car, the one you know
Yellow
what I'm saying?
Camaro, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
he shouldn't have
but-
been racing.
But
That's
think about
what-
it. If you're racing somebody green, and you know this guy wants to be famous, he wants to be on TV, he wants to do a good showing, he wants his family to see him. He's a little different than most of the Memphis guys anyway. When you look at him, you know what I mean. He acts a little different than most of them.
Yep.
So, and he wants to be at the front of the drivers' meeting and shit like that. You know what I mean. So Dave saw that, and this is just my opinion. I've never talked to Dave about it at all. But if I was Dave in that situation, I'd have said, the first thing I'd have said to that guy is I'd have walked over and been like, "Man, this sucks." What?
And he would have jumped up.
And he said, "What? What sucks?" Well, man, I want to race you, and you got a badass car, and I just want an opportunity to race you heads up. And, we got to deal with this funky flagging up here. And it's, it just sucks that we could race heads up and have a badass race on the show. But man, we got to deal with that crazy flagging, and then that guy would have went, "Oh, what?" And Dave could say, "I just want it to be fair." And then that guy, "Well, me too. I'm fair too. I want it to be fair.
Right.
Let's go talk to I know that guy, JJ. Let's go
Memphis
talk
voice,
to him.
huh?
You know what I mean? Let's go talk to him. Yeah.
That's your Memphis voice.
What's the guy's name?
Brian Britt.
That's Brian. That's Brian.
I'm fair. I can be fair. Hey, Daddy Dave. Hey, let's go talk to him. JJ's my buddy. Let's go talk to him. He'll understand.
We just want you to do it this way.
Yeah, we just want it to be. Hey, and he kept saying, we just want it to be fair. And I was like,
So that's
And
why I
the
turned
fair
around.
part is what Dave beat into his head
the whole time.
fucking track.
Yeah,
But it
he
was
got
easy.
his guy that he wants to flag.
But it was easy because that guy's head was soft. So we didn't have
Yep.
to beat it into it very hard. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you can put those things into the other guy's head. Like when we used to race on the street around here, and somebody was really fast, and like I used to bet a lot on farm truck, and I used to roll a farm truck a lot, and that's back when he used to race a bunch on the street and stuff.
Right.
And Farm Truck was one of the first ones around here that liked to gamble. We never liked to gamble. Farm Truck did. He had been around the world. He had seen some shit, so he liked to gamble. Man, I'm standing there one day, and I knew we didn't have it. I knew the truck wouldn't beat this guy. So first thing I did is, as soon as he shows up, he's like, "Man, I've never been to this spot before." Well, bing, light bulb goes off.
Who said that?
This guy that Farm Truck was racing at Cougar Tool. And the light bulb goes off, and so I walk over right before the race, man. It was shitty as fuck. I walk over to his car right as he's getting in it and putting his helmet on. I'm like, "Hey, man, I just want to let you know, I don't know if anybody told you, but I can't go on for the rest of the night with a solid conscience knowing that I didn't tell you this. And I bet nobody told you, but this fucking road is short as fuck. So make sure that you are on the fucking brakes when you go through there, or you will crash into that fucking landfill over there and you'll die." Like 3 people have gone off in that motherfucker. And he's like, "No shit." I'm like, "Yeah. And which lane are you in?" I said, "Hope it's not the right." He's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, right at the finish line, there's a grate and a giant bump, and it is going. If your car's real, hey, I was like, if your car's real low, and then I went, "Oh wow, your car's real low." Ooh.
But if
I don't
JJ
know,
the
man.
boss would have said that, I
I said-
would have been the baddest guy in the world.
I said,
Right?
You'd be a sorry motherfucker.
I said,
man, I said,
trailer
man,
trash.
I said, "Man, as fast as this car is,"
That's just real street stuff.
I said, "as fast as this car is, you got him covered, no problem, man. It ain't worth tearing your fucking car up for that farm truck, And dude, and of course he's strapping in the car. You know what I mean? And so now, hey, it was, hey, and then he's like, we were doing an arm drop, and I was like, "Hey, you run off arm drop before?" "Oh yeah, we're from Vernon. We run off arm drop all the time." I said, "Okay, cool." I said, "I flag it fast, so be ready." And he's like, "Oh, okay, I'll be ready." And then I was like, and then I went to his crew guy right as he's pulling up out of the burnout. I said, "Hey," I said, "I fucked up, man. I told him that I flag it fast. I shouldn't have done that. I got in his head. Go tell him right now, don't jump. Because if he jumps, he's lost." Hey,
Sorry,
Are you from Memphis?
so that guy run over there, opened his door, and said, Hey, Chief wanted me to tell you, man, he feels bad about it. He told you he flags it fast, but he thinks he felt like he got in your head, and he feels like you're gonna jump. So just don't jump. Don't wait on his
Just
hands."
needed one more person to go tell him to
And
be
so-
safe.
So then, so then that guy, when that guy shut his door, he had 1,000-yard stare. He was.
Yeah,
He
that's
was
what
lost
shit makes
in
us
there.
different from the
So
track
then
guys.
when
though.
I-
You know,
when
makes
I-
us street. You
when
know,
I
stuff
run
like
back and
that.
drop-
That shit won't bother me.
Right.
Hey,
You can come up to my car and say anything you fucking want.
yeah,
And,
you're
and,
dumb.
and we do
I
things
know,
like
I am
that.
dumb.
It ain't
You're
because we're a
dumb. I
bad
am dumb,
person. You know what I'm saying? It's because
Now-
we're street racing. You're supposed to hustle, talk, and that's all a part of the street.
that shit will fuck with me too, but it don't change my race, but it does fuck with me, but I'll get to that in a minute. But anyway, as soon as I dropped my hands on that guy, okay, he was dead late. Farm truck was dead on it, and then he starts driving around farm truck at about 400 foot and then let off.
We didn't want to hit the crate. It wasn't worth him fucking losing his car for. You a sorry motherfucker,
Hey,
man.
And when he came back over there,
I bet you was gone.
He
Did
can't-
you
no.
probably fucking left?
he
Got a
came
phone
back-
call.
He came back over there and he's like, man, I shouldn't have let off so early. I stopped okay, and I didn't even feel the grade. I said, well, you wasn't going fast enough. If you just stayed in it, man, that thing would rip your whole front end off, man. It was shitty, and I've done some shit like that. And you know where I got it? From Dave.
Yeah, from fucking Dave.
Me and Dave used to do that to every fucking body. When we was on that show, Pinks, the guy we was racing was green.
Yep.
And me and Dave, we got this. I can look at Dave and we know how we're gonna fuck somebody over, and we didn't have, but we only do it because we got fucked over in the whole thing. We didn't have the car.
Yeah, you paid your tuition.
But we didn't have the car to race those guys. We shouldn't have been racing them, and they set us up. We got there and it was a different car. So then
Are you talking about when you raced the Woolly Mammoth?
yeah, so then they stick that Chris Chow guy in to drive it, and all he's ever driven is turbo cars. And so we set him out 4 car lengths or something stupid, or he set us out 4 car lengths. Well, he gets done doing his burnout, and then he gonna do a fucking pulling up there, and then they're all freaking out because it's getting warm, and it's getting warm, and they don't have a radiator. And so I told Dave, I said, whoa, slow down. I said, hey man, I think you should do another burnout. Dave didn't even have to hear the rest of my thing because he looked over, seen what was going on. They're all freaking out.
Dave's intelligent.
Dave done a little dry hop, and then he pulled up there, and they act like he couldn't get the headlights on, everything. And then, then as soon as the guy let the trans brake go, training line blew.
Right.
Transmission fluid on the tires, damn near hit the wall, spun around. We won. You know what I mean? But it's just me and Dave. We have that, and so I can already see Dave going over to Brian Bitt, going, "Oh man, this sucks,
Right.
man."
Street racing, you're going to say things. I say things. I
But
do
Dave's
dumb
done it
shit.
to
You know what I'm saying?
us.
Everybody does
Yeah, but
crazy.
Dave still does that shit to us.
Right.
Yeah. Hey,
He's-
we was
he's-
in a no prep in Denton.
know?
We was in a no prep in Denton with Dave, and and I'm not saying this shit. I'm saying it because I'm pretty impressed.
No,
with the way-
and we talk about it
Yeah.
a lot.
He,
we talk about it around the
we
shop
got down
a lot.
to the last 4 cars in a no prep in Denton, the very first no prep anybody'd ever even heard of besides the Chicago King of the Streets deal. And we're down there, and it was scary. Everybody I raced crashed in front of me, crashed behind me, but we didn't.
Everybody, at
And it
least one person in every fucking race crash.
Yeah, and there was 4 cars left, and it was me, Dave, Monza, and Doc. That was it, just us.
And we even said we could just go home and finish this.
Well,
deal.
Dave.
Yeah.
Dave walks up. We're all standing there, and Dave walks up and he goes, "Man, this sucks." And I was like, "What?" And me and Monza and Doc are sitting there. He goes, "What?" And he goes, "Well, man, why are we going to tear up our cars when it's us? We're buddies. We're from the same damn area code. We go home and finish this on the street in Oklahoma City tonight. We ain't got to do it out here on this dumbass track and crash our cars for all these promoters and people." And I was like, yeah, because I was scared shitless anyway. Everybody crashed in front of me. And Doc's over there going, "No, hell no. I got a motherfucking car to beat y'all." And Dave goes, "You're stupid, dummy. You gonna crash your car and all that shit." And he goes, "Look, we just need to split this money and we'll go run for it in Oklahoma City when we get back." Hey, and Monza, of course, he was more scared than me. His car's nice. My car was a piece of shit.
Monza was down to.
Monza goes, "Oh yeah, no, I'm good with that. Let's load up." Monza's 7 days, Monza gave the semifinal 7 days on that deal. Yeah, because Monza looked at it. Monza
guys,
goes, "Wait
I
a
already
minute."
made 3 passes tonight.
Monza looked at it like, "Wait a minute. So we can finish this next Saturday? That's 7 days. So I get 7 days? Hell yeah, I'm in." No, you're not, motherfucker. Fuck that. Monza likes it. His family don't, but whatever. So then, as soon as we said that to the fucking guy running the race and he split the money and give it to us, Dave goes, "Man, it's a good damn thing." And Jackie walked up and Jackie goes, "Whew, that thing is hurt bad." And I was like, "What?"
His
And he
whole
goes,
fucking motor was
he
blown.
blowed the motor up. He did that just because his motor was blowed up.
He's done it in the cash days before too.
Yeah, God.
like full blown in the cash days. Talked everybody into splitting.
Right.
He's good at that shit, man. He really is.
He did what
Yeah.
Birdman tried to do to fucking Chief, but
Right.
he pulled it off.
But back in the day, man, me and Dave and a guy named Kid Rock, the flagger, we could fuck some people over on the street.
Y'all fucked the shit out of Boosted.
And, there's a different language in the streets. Everything's different. You know what I'm saying? And when you're sitting on the couch, you're gonna hear some crazy stuff. You're gonna think some crazy stuff. But hey, it is what it is. It's a street race.
It's tuition. You know what I mean? It's tuition. Brian Britt paid tuition. Yep. Brian Britt was green.
He almost paid more than that, though.
No, he almost paid his life for it. I agree. But Brian Britt was green, and he was friendly, and he wanted it to be fair, and he let a professional street racer / con man /
government man
porn star. He let him get into his head. Now, see, so in my theory here is, hey, look, Dave helped him.
Yeah.
Because from now on, Brian ain't gonna let nobody do that to him.
Bullshit.
Like
but Dave,
No,
Dave still does that shit to me.
No,
I
I'm
can
talking
fucking
about
know.
Brian won't let anybody else do that to him again.
No,
next time somebody goes over to Brian,
unless it's Dave.
yeah, but,
we had court in Memphis over
but
that.
Dave
had court in Memphis over that. But
Really?
Dave
I
can go
agree.
up to him and still do the same shit. And Dave is good enough that he can fucking get me every time. And he can walk off and I go, that son of a bitch. And then he can come back the next week and do the exact same fucking thing.
But Dave saved Brian. So from now on, Brian ain't gonna let nobody fuck him over. Just like when we went to the Denton Grudge race, me and you, and we lost all our money to Stacy, little Stacy with the tattoos on his head.
Yeah, he was at the last Real Cash days.
Yeah, all shot up, gets shot all the time shit.
Yep.
We let Little Stacy and Big Petey take all of our money one night.
All of our money.
They took they hustled us, lied to us, and we were standing there going.
He was one of their guys trying to argue with us.
They said we want this to be a fair race. I'm like, yeah, I'm fair.
There's
I'm
nothing fair about this street.
Hey, when it was all said and
This
done,
was a grudge race at the track.
when it was all said and done, they took all of our money, everything,
all
we had.
of it.
Took
And what's
all of
fucked up, man,
everything.
is
so then
you
after
fucked
that,
us on
yeah,
that
no,
deal.
I did.
Like,
Hey,
like
whatever.
Chief was, we gave him the hit, and Chief left before he did, so he didn't ever leave. So we didn't even get to see his car make a hit.
Hey, so then we run him. Hey,
that
and then-
motherfucker just sat there.
But on that
he didn't
pass,
even fucking chase.
But on that pass, I was driving the El Camino. It was my car at the time, and Kamikaze didn't, he didn't own it. It was my car. I was driving it. So I made the fastest pass the car ever made. So I was
Fucking
confident
right.
as fuck. So then they said, let's do it double or nothing then, since we didn't get to make a hit. And I was like, well, yeah, give me a chance to win my money back. Yeah, and then of
Turns
course,
out though, nobody else had any money
out-
except me.
and,
so
yeah.
I put up fucking.
Yeah, you lost your money.
We all went together for the first bet,
Right.
and then I covered the second.
Well, you
bet,
was rich,
and then he
though.
railed the fuck out of us.
yeah, hey, he hossed the gas on me and
Yeah, hey,
everything.
just in a wheelie, just
Yeah, it was
the
a bad
whole
deal.
fucking pass.
Well-
like an 8th mile fucking wheelie.
Yes. So, but
And
guess
it was
what?
the coolest shit I've ever seen.
But guess what?
hey, we learned.
What'd they do?
They taught us.
They taught us. We paid that tuition. The money we lost that night, we have gotten back tenfold
Yes.
after learning their tricks. And we told them that, we paid their tuition. We actually went back down to the same grudge race.
Game
2 or
ain't to
3
be told, it's to be sold.
Yeah, we did. Hey, 2 or 3 months later, we went down, and Petey, that big dude, he told me that night. He said, "Man, let Stacy tell it. Let Stacy tell it." And I was like, "What?" And I looked at Stacy, and Stacy goes, "One day you gonna thank me for taking all this money for you." And he's like, "But until then, get the fuck out of my dice game." You know what I mean? Like, and I was like, I didn't understand it. But then we went down there 2-3 months later. Same grudge race, same track, same people,
And won some money.
cleaned house.
Yeah,
We didn't lose a fucking race. So, it's tuition.
No,
Brian-
hey, and now when we see them, we're what's up? I mean,
Brian-
I'll bet
yeah.
they're still laughing.
Oh,
Hey,
hey.
I seen Stacy at that cash days a couple weeks
Yeah, I
ago.
know. I lost a lot of
was
money to
like,
him.
What's up?
I ain't. Hey, you know what? Just like you said, Dave's always gonna be able to get to Brian Britt. Stacy will always be able to get to me because I lost a lot of money after that race between who was it? Fuck, you and Kai. I don't remember who it was, but I bet everything I had. No, it was the El Camino. That's what it was. It was the El Camino versus Vetman. When the El Camino races, I'll take every bet on the starting line. It's just something that I do. And I took it. I think it was around $7,800 by the time it was all said and done on one race, and I lost it. And they all lined up at my truck to get paid, and Stacy was laughing his ass off.
I can say this. I'm different. I'm a street racing hooligan from Memphis. But every experience that I've had with y'all, y'all ain't try to police us. You ain't try to make us tell us what to do. You ain't a word been told. They just turn you loose. Probably turn us loose a little too much.
And we won't.
And that shit's as real as it gets. That's the way. That's what people wants to see as real, and that's what you want to feel is real. Now it's not going to sound the best. You know what I'm saying? It's not for everybody's ears. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's
I ain't
real,
trying to tell you
though.
to teach your kids that. You know
No,
what I'm saying? It's
I
your
agree.
choice
I
what
agree.
you teach your kids
Yes.
and say
And-
to your kids.
Right.
But now that shit's real.
But it is real, and that's what that's what people don't understand. I got these California producers and directors and people that make $100 million a year. They got airplanes and shit. And their family tree will never be like mine, ever. You know what I mean? And I got those people asking me on a daily basis, why do you think that your show is so successful? Because, hell, we got told today by our executive producer, that our show, it makes more money than The Voice. I don't even know what that is, but it sounds like a big show. And basically, if you crunch the numbers, our show, in a nutshell, is better than The Voice.
I'll go ahead and add to this since we're going to talk about this, but it costs 1/7 to make.
It costs 1/7 of the money to make our show than it does The Voice. And we got better numbers.
And it's he acted like it was way better.
We get better ratings than that show. And they can't figure it out because they don't know why. You know what I mean? They tried to do it with New Orleans. The ratings weren't there. You know what I mean?
God damn, the ratings wouldn't be there if I had a fishing show either. You know why? Because I don't know how to fucking fish.
Oh, you're saying they don't know how to street race. You're a dick.
Are they street racers? Did you ever hear about them before the show?
You know,
did you ever hear about Kai Kelly before he came and raced us on the street?
Is that my phone ringing?
But he ain't wanting to. Chief ain't wanting to jump on and say like he's knocking them against him because everybody's gonna think he's just.
I don't want to shit on Kai Kelly.
That's fine, but that's why I'm trying to help explain why our show's so good.
I've talked to
our
Kai
show
Kelly.
Is so good.
It's real
because we're real, and we have yet to let them fuck it up.
Right.
So these producers and everybody want to try. They're all trying to dissect it, and they got guys that they're paying more money than I've ever made in a year. They're paying those guys to try and figure out why our show is so big.
Right.
And I could tell you, I mean, I told them to a million times, it's because it's real. Right. What in the fuck are you doing? That's what we do. Keep on. Are you fitting to piss in a cup right here in the office?
Oh my God.
Phantom, take a picture of that. I ain't gonna believe this. He's taking a piss in a cup. Oh. Goddamn, you cannot be tamed. You're like a goddamn bald eagle.
You're like a fucking bald eagle.
He is. This is it.
I got a good one. You're good, Phantom.
You hear that?
God damn, there's a bathroom in the other room.
It's a moment of silence. Come on. Precious is holding the microphone to his dick. Allegedly.
There's a fucking bathroom in the other room.
The bathroom ain't but 10 foot away. You can look through this.
What are you gonna do when you can pinch it off whenever you fill that cup up?
Tie it in
That's
a knot.
not that big of a cup.
This is a first for the podcast. I told you guys I was excited about this podcast. She gonna hold the microphone for him. That's right or die.
Street racing is a different life. It's a different kind of people.
It is. There ain't no shit about that.
I couldn't go down there and sit in California.
God damn, you didn't even fill half that fucking cup up, man. You couldn't hold that.
I wrecked the car, messed my kidneys up. I can't hold it. Seriously.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't very much.
Can we remove the cup, Phantom?
Look at it. It's just sitting there hanging out. Phantom, it's warm.
Phantom, this is your producer, brother. Yeah. He want to talk about that street racers are a different breed of people. How many people do you think have experienced what we just experienced? Sitting in a room full of bullet holes from a drug deal gone bad.
Just us.
And we're sitting in a room full of bullet holes in what we call a meth shack with a guy named JJdaBoss who's pissing in a cup.
Yeah.
While we're talking about anything and everything.
I mean, I've done it driving down the road, but never in a fucking room
but
that
it's
has
real.
a bathroom next door.
That's why. It's real. That's him. This is what he's going to do. You can't tame. He's like a bald eagle. You can't tame him. So that's why our show is successful, because we haven't let them fake it up yet. Right. We haven't let them tell us what to say.
There's been times that they've tried.
They have tried over and over.
I mean, they have said, here, say this. Hey, and I even bit a couple of times.
Yeah, you did.
No, shut up.
Yeah, liar.
Let's not even talk about it. So, I have lied a couple of times on TV by just going, man, I don't want to say that. And they're like, you're going to have to say it, And I'm like, man, I really don't want it. And we even talked about it as what's bad, and they still talked me into saying it. And
but then they tell you, oh no, but you're not going to see it. You're not going to get to see it.
Yeah.
You're not going to get to. We're not going to show it. We're not going to show it.
That one
and then they do
time
it
that
anyway.
I fucking lied and said that our cars weren't there. I wish me and Chief would have brought our cars. We'd fuck all these pro mods up, and I'm leaning on the fucking car as you hear me say it. So everybody knew the cars were there.
But that's why our show is so successful, because we have not let them fake it up yet.
After that.
And they can't understand
I feel like
that. And you've been to our street races. Other than the cameras there, be honest with me, because I want to know.
I'm going to keep it 100.
I mean, as honest as JJdaBoss can be. Other than the cameras being there, what how is there anything different about that from a real street race that makes you just not want to do it? Because you're street. What is it that makes you? Is there anything about when you're racing with us on the show?
Yeah, why do you street?
Why do you?
Do you get enjoyment out of running from cops?
Hell no.
Or do you like it because the
it's
street
like-
is the equalizer?
The
My
rich man.
my thing on the street where I originated from, I didn't have the money to go to the big tracks, right? You know, I'm from
What do you mean? I don't know why. Why? 'Cause
Like
they're
your
too
car
far?
wasn't fast enough?
Or they're
Or
too
is
No,
far
I
it
came
away?
from
away?
I came from a poor family,
Okay.
and we was roofers, country poor people. You know what I'm saying? And you know, money don't make no man. A man makes money.
Yep.
You know. And when
But
it
why
goes to
couldn't
the
you go? Why
tracks,
couldn't you go to the track?
because number one, we didn't have the big money. We didn't have the when you go to the track, it's the civilized people. It's the they tell you what to do, how to do it, and they know who's going to win before it even happens. You know, it's like if
they
you
could
want me
check
to
the
beat
W2
if you
for
want
me.
me
And
to
they
beat
can also
James
check
Finney,
your car and tell you don't have this or
right?
you don't have
if
that.
you want me to beat James
still ain't
Finney,
got a helmet.
don't you agree that you can? All you have to do is spend $1 million on me a car, and I'm going to half track that guy.
Right.
But when you go to the street, that's
at
different.
most- at
I'll take an
most-
old car that I built and I'll beat his ass. I have done it.
At most prepped. Yes, you have, sir.
God
Hey,
damn
So
it.
that's the street.
Nice fucking job.
Sir, you have.
Hey, all you had to do is put that plug in there somewhere.
You know,
you
I'm
have.
like
You
this.
have outran Birdman
I
on the
outrun
street.
Birdman
damn
at the
it,
street.
and I have not.
I haven't
And-
either.
And it's like this. You know, you go to a track, and here's who's going to win at the track. Whoever has the most money.
You can check them at the gate. I've said this before. At most prep track
Bankston
events,
boys called me, and then you know what they
you
said?
can check their
Do you
W2
want a
form
car?
at the gate.
They
What?
called. The Bankston boys called me and said, "Do you want a car?" We had a fallout with Kai. Didn't they, Precious?
Yes, I did.
Why can't
And
y'all fucking
I
do
can-
that for me when
I
I
don't
talk?
know. I'm sorry.
And-
we should be more like
You know,
Precious. Is
they
that what
said,
you're
This is
saying?
fucking
you know what they said?
ridiculous,
Hey, we
man.
got a 900-inch motor. Pat Mucci or whatever that shit is. We got a motor up there.
Moofy?
Come get it.
Pat Busey.
Pat-
I said,
Gary Busey
motor. That's a
and
Gary
tell me,
Busey motor.
he tell me that come get the motor. Any car I want. Send me pictures of the cars.
Wow.
I said,
Why? Where do
Three
Where do they
pictures.
want you to race this
Three
car?
pictures, the Jekyll.
It's,
They want
all
you to
kind-
race it
and
at
they
the
seem like some
tracks?
good guys. I'm saying,
Yeah.
you know, they
Oh, no, it
was
sounds
really
like
nice.
an excellent group of guys.
And they got $1 million probably.
And they
you know?
want you to race these at the track for them or what?
He says, hey, they want me to run at the track.
Okay, I got you.
You know, the track's not me. I
So
gotta
they're
watch.
looking-
If I'm at the track, I want to watch what I say because I don't want a little girl or someone's mother right there close. Shawn, if I say something stupid at the track, all I know is your damn mother shouldn't have been there in the street. If I say something stupid that I shouldn't have said,
Oh, in
you
the
know,
street, yeah.
in the
Yeah, at the
street,
street.
she should not have been there. If I say it at the track, I'm an idiot.
Well,
Am I-
'cause
you know what I'm
there's-
saying?
Kids seats are just $5.
But
know
you
what I
know,
mean?
the
Yeah.
street, that's where the street is. You know,
Yeah,
it's
but
like when
I'm
you-
an idiot, so I mean, I tried not to be censored anywhere I'm at.
Yes,
Right, but you have to.
And you feel guilty and you do censor yourself. That's bullshit, Shawn.
Right.
I've known you a long
So-
time. When I first met you and we go to the tracks, you did not censor yourself. But since then, you have changed.
Well,
And you
I'm a little more like what he's talking about. I didn't live. I lived 2 fucking hours from any track.
I know.
I never
But no,
been
I'm
to
saying-
a fucking
but I'm
track. I never
saying-
been around.
Right.
people.
But I'm saying, like, when you get in a group of people, you've never been around people. When you get in a group of people at the racetrack, you talk different. You act. We all do because
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
the racetrack.
Everyone,
I
you're
try-
going to be
if
If you're
civilized.
standing
You're
in the
from a-
staging lanes with Steve Petty, Jamie Miller, and
Yeah.
Eric Dillard, and you're standing there with all these guys, these big
Big names.
big
Yeah.
name track guys, and you're standing there with those guys. You're going to carry yourself a little different because you don't want them to think you're a total fucking moron.
Right. In the
sure.
street,
For
when you're
sure.
at the street, you can do anything
when
you
you're
want.
on the
You
street-
can be yourself.
Because that's all there is total.
You know
noise.
what, in
And
the
why would you
streets-
expect anything? Just like everybody on the
Your
fucking
$1 million
internet says, Chief, you're a street outlaw. You're a damn. You should be a
Role model.
You're a role model to these kids. How can you have some girl walking around with you? And where's your family? You're supposed to be a role model, and you cuss too much on us. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm on a television show about street racing that's called Street Outlaws.
Right.
What about that screams? I got tattoos on my hands and shit. What about that screams role model?
Yep.
I bet large stupid money that I should be putting towards my kids' college education against another idiot who's betting large stupid money, and nobody knows where we really got the shit
But
Why-
you
why
should
am I
play
a
it
role
fair.
model?
You should do this. You
Yeah,
should
why
do
am I a
that. Come
role model?
on, man. We're street racing.
Yes.
You know, you're enjoying it. You
Agreed.
enjoy your life. It's like people go to bars. They do things different in bars.
They do.
And they say things that they wouldn't say at
Yes,
home.
you said that earlier.
But the difference is me and you have a wire on us, and they record us
Right.
when we're in our love and
you
passion.
said that earlier. I've never thought about that, but I'm thinking about that now, and I'm gonna use that one a lot because these people that are on the internet, these Angie Thomas and all of them on the internet,
Yeah,
they're talking
Angie
shit.
Thomas
They're talking
lives
shit
over in
about
Mustang?
they're talking shit about what we do and who we are, and that we should be role models. They don't understand that what they see on TV is just what we show them. You know what I mean? It's not
Right.
so. If we took Angie Thomas's night that she had on 4th of July 2 years ago in the
Right.
bar at Thunderbird Lake or whatever,
Yeah.
if you recorded that whole night of what she did and put it on TV, they would think that's who you are.
Right, or pulling her shirt up, being nothing crazy.
Yeah.
And just having
Yeah.
a party.
That's what
How
I'm
many
saying.
Went to
people?
Sturgis one year.
Yeah, how
and
many people
fucking
jerk their shirt
showed
up?
her fucking titties.
Yeah.
And then, but you know, nobody sees that.
Right.
The only difference is now if the show was more script,
And then they say,
and
well,
where-
that was
where
at
it
a
was script
bar
where
and
it
I
told
was
you what to
drunk.
do, and it was
Yes.
all of that. Then we would know how to act because
Right.
they would be telling us how to act.
Right.
Yep.
So that's the thing is you can't. I mean, they base everything so much upon because you're in the public, and I say, man, that's none of your goddamn business. You know what I mean? You know what they say? Oh, well, you're on TV. You asked for this. Your life is in public view. No,
No,
it's
our
not.
street racing is in public view.
No, well, you can talk about the show. You can talk about what happens in the show. You can talk
Now-
about any. You can talk about my cars,
Now, my opinion,
whatever.
if we're outside, here's where I believe. This is the way JJdaBoss believes. And if JJdaBoss believes that, it's gold
It's
in Memphis.
church.
It's
It's
gold
church.
in Memphis.
Right.
Okay. You know, like if me and Shawn or me and you was walking out there and this little girl comes up and wants our autograph, of course I'm not going to scream and cuss like an idiot.
Well, no.
I'm going to write my name or say whatever to
Yeah.
this little girl and stay calm, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of
hey,
course.
I never would disrespect
Right.
the kids or the ladies, you know. But, hey, I can't promise the kids and the ladies that I'm not going to say something stupid at my street race.
But why would they put you in that position?
You
Why
know-
would they bring their little daughters into the room to watch you curse and act like an idiot on television and then say that you're affecting them? Why would they put you in that position? And then they say, don't change, don't let the fame change you. I was a fucking asshole before all this.
Right.
So
You
why
know,
would I
and
change now?
It's so hard. It's, you know, here's the way I was
And you
raised.
used to,
My mother
whenever
raised
we
me,
would,
she said,
whenever we would hang out, you'd always say, "Oh, Chief, I don't understand. You got your hat down. You don't ever look
Yep, I
nobody
can
in the
relate
eye.
kinda now.
You hide. You don't want to go nowhere. You don't go out of the house. You hide behind that gate at the shop all day. You don't answer your fucking phone. You don't do nothing. Like, you know, there's something wrong with you. Everybody's like, what's wrong with you? What are you taking? What are you doing? No. You don't understand.
feel like you're in a damn bubble.
I walk around in a fishbowl,
Right.
with people tapping the glass.
You know, when I
all
first
day.
met y'all, right?
You know, that's the way I feel, man. Everywhere I go.
Me and him hit it off right first. You know me and Chief. You know what I'm saying? We more come from the same area, same everything, bad shit. But anyways, I love Shawn
Right.
because I respect him because he's street. You know what I'm saying?
Because
Now-
he's real.
Because he's real.
And
you know
he
what I'm
ain't
saying?
gonna act
Now, he's
like-
not going to do
he
no
ain't gonna-
dumb shit like we're
But
going to
he's
do.
not going to act like that.
You know
he's
what I'm
not
saying?
going to pretend that he
He don't fake it to make
no.
it. He don't, and I respect.
He is
I
what he
got
is, and
respect for
and
him.
he's cool
and you know,
with
the
it.
other day I made a post to this fool, or I didn't. I told Midget to. I can't do none of this shit on my computer. But anyways, of Shawn, and I said mad respect, street, right? And then I had 100 bad comments that said suck his balls, suck his.
Oh yeah, you're a
suck-
dick rider.
Yeah,
If you say anything,
you know what I
else-
said?
really?
I told
I didn't
Midget.
see
I
it.
said next time. I told Midget. I said next time. Tell him that I'll talk bad about the son bitch if that's what y'all want me
Yeah.
to. You know,
No.
what do you want in the world? You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
It
Is
doesn't
where I'm
matter.
getting it at.
It doesn't matter what you do. They're going to shit on it. And so how have you? I mean, how are you dealing with this newfound fame or whatever, and people recognize you?
I'm understanding you better. At first, I wanted to hit you in your face because I
Jesus
thought
Christ.
that hey, I sat
Yeah,
here
you
and
thought I
talked to this
didn't like
dude,
people.
and I felt like he's a brother and shows me love, and he's got a heart. He's normal like me. And then I see him out, and he's got his bill cap down, covered like a nut, crazy, and won't hardly speak to you.
And won't answer your phone call.
And now I can.
Yeah.
Me and Precious was eating at Red Lobster earlier. Up there at Shawnee somewhere, and we couldn't even finish our food. They're watching how I eat this everything. I'm like, oh, I want to crawl up under the table. So I'm not gonna get me no damn straight bill cap. you know, because I'm going to do me.
Right.
But I'm
But
going to,
you
I'm going
can
to wear me
kinda
some glasses and get me a
understand.
boggin or something and hope I don't pull a job
You
off.
can kind of understand now, you know. Oh, God.
Put it on, you start feeling it up. You want to reach up and fucking, you just want to reach up and start pulling her down.
You know, I'm trying to do right. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get my life
man.
together.
Yeah.
You know, work with me, help me.
Yeah, but you're starting to see what it's like,
He's
and people
starting to
don't
be able to
understand.
relate.
I
Yeah,
can.
and so you're starting to relate, and so I mean, people come up to you,
And that's what, you know, I understand them because they love what we do. You know, we owe the people that make the show. They're part of making it good.
well, they make the money too, though. We
They
don't
make
go,
like you said. I don't. You know, it ain't fair. You know, it's like in roofing. The guy that totes the shingles gets $1 a square. He totes 80 pounds up the ladder. The guy that puts it on gets 14. He just sits there and nails them. He don't do any of the work. The hard part's toting it up there.
And the guy who answered the phone gets 18.
Right.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
and so it's kind of how. But you know, I feel like
So
do
it's
feel
tough,
like
though, because
it's a big
I don't-
piece of the pie.
I don't feel like that because we didn't go out and take acting classes. We didn't move to Hollywood. We didn't audition to be in this. We didn't beg for this life. We didn't do none of that. We just took an opportunity that someone gave us, and we took that opportunity to show the world what we love to do and who we are, and to give us something to
Let people in our world.
well, to let people in and to make us immortal, right? Because for years and years and years, people are going to talk about the crazy shit you did with us, and I'm going to talk about it, and my kids are going to talk about it. Everybody's going to talk about it. I've shown you the videos of my kids watching you race. They say, JJdaBoss, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
So we do that because from where we're from and what we've done,
And
we'd never have a chance to be anything other than who our daddies were or who our
Right.
families
We was
were.
nailed from the birth.
So we get this opportunity, but that doesn't mean that we offer up every minute of our personal life. to be
Yes.
discriminated, to be judged. You know what I
Right.
mean? And people don't understand that, and it's so frustrating. You know?
it's wild.
And they say, "You owe us. We're your biggest fan."
Yeah, that's the problem that
And I said,
that
"I don't
pisses
understand
me
how
off
I
is
owe
people
you.
think that we owe them.
What have you paid me? I mean, like now, if you bought a shirt from me, you goddamn right I owe you.
And you know
I'll
what gets
thank
me
you for it.
sometimes, you know, and I think it does, Chief. He's comfortable with the mic, but I can see this all over him because I feel it, and I've said it. When we're out in the public and people sees us, I feel like you're like a ornament or something, and I get shy. And then they read it as I think I'm better than them.
Yes.
And I'm not thinking I'm better than them.
Yes.
Really, I'm wanting to crawl up under the car because I'm embarrassed. I'm feeling
Well, it took
weird.
us a
That's the
long
way I
time
am. It
to
embarrasses me.
realize why the fuck would you want to take a picture with me? You know?
Right.
I'm the same fucking idiot that 2 months ago, before you saw me on TV, is a piece of shit fucking who stayed out all night, didn't spend time with his family and street racing, you know, fucking spending all my money.
You know.
Instead of
I
on my
think
family, on my fucking
playing with them
cars.
stupid cars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
You know,
So, but it's tough because you feel like an ornament. You feel like you're in. I feel like
And so you can misread
Like a
it
fucking
100 different
caged
ways.
bear.
I literally feel like-
you can read it, and we need them
feel
support
like
us
I'm in a
in what
fishbowl
we do.
all
You know,
the-
we need
all the
part of
time.
them. We need them.
And just like my son, if we go out and there's a fish tank and he walks up to the fish tank, if the fish turns his ass and turns away from Koval and looks the other way, Koval thinks that he don't like him. You know what I mean? But put yourself in the fish's
I
shoes.
was at my two
You're in a
daughters'
fish.
softball
You're in a
game.
fish tank. And now some kid comes up tapping on the glass, and all you want to do is get away from him, and all you want to do is don't want you to. You just why are they looking at
can't
me?
really
Why are
get
they
away
freaking-
from
it.
So you turn around, and then they think you're an asshole.
Right. I was
It's
at
like, man, what the
my
hell?
two little girls. They play softball, so I go to their games every Monday, and I tell Precious and Midget, I say, "Hey, y'all, go get me a drink or go get me something. I don't want to get up because I don't want everybody to And I'm just a
yeah, well, good
I'm not even-
luck
I'm-
with that then.
I'm
If it's
not
already bothering
100th
you that bad.
I'm not a tenth as like y'all are, you know, as you guys are. You know, I can only imagine in y'all's shoes. And so it's easy to misread it if you're out there. You might say, "Hey, those guys they think
on
they're
the
better
outside.
than us, or
Yeah,
they
but-
think this, or they think
but
that."
there's so
but there's
many
more
of
to
them,
the story.
and you piss one of them off, and that's the loudest motherfucker on the internet.
and
Sean was a fucking asshole. He wouldn't come talk to me.
1 second. Oh, they wouldn't give me 1
all I
second.
wanted to do is take one picture.
But what-
if I
Right.
take one picture with you, then the person behind you is going to see me.
Well, not
And
just
then-
that, but
and then
what
it's
about
just
the
over
10
and
before
over.
that?
What do we
And
do
then
to
what
correct
about
that?
When
No, you don't do
you
anything.
can't-
Because when I
that's-
pulled up here today with y'all, you can ask her. I pull up to y'all's place.
they swarm us.
They swarm me,
They
and I'm a
swarm
nobody.
us. Yeah, but they swarm us. Okay, so
You know?
now what about this? I go to the baseball games with my kid. You know how hard it is for me to go to a baseball game? All the kids, all those kids there are big Chief fans. You know how hard it is for me to go to a baseball game with my kid?
What
And
do you-
all
what
those
do you
kids
do?
are playing baseball. So what I do is I stand there and take pictures and sign shit and talk to people and let them ridiculed me about my whole life. And my kid, who's playing baseball,
don't get to watch.
Just made a play and
That's
looked
what I got
and
told her.
looked for me to
wait
give
till the
me the
game
thumbs up. Looked for me to give him the hell yeah. And when he looked at me, my back's turned to him because I'm taking a picture, and I had to turn around because the light was fuzzy and they couldn't see the picture, so it wouldn't have looked good on their fucking Instagram. So now, it's
how do you correct that?
you can't.
There's really nothing
20
you
years
can
from
do.
now, my girls
You
are going to
can't.
kick your son's ass in those cars.
Yeah, maybe, but
know?
not Corbin. Koval's going to be the tuner, and Corbin's going to be the driver. But
There's really nothing you can do. And
you can
luckily, at Aiden's games now, he's at the field where there's just two, and a lot of the people see me there enough now that unless it's a tournament and new teams come in, I've already talked to everybody.
Yeah,
So that
You know what I
helps.
mean?
Right.
So, and he's 11 now.
Right.
So I've been going up there since he started when he was 4.
Plus,
you
you
know?
look kind of mean, Sean, and you're really
Yeah.
not. I feel like
Well,
you
and
might be
most of the
soft as
time-
cotton,
most
but
of
you
the
look
time,
mean.
I can wear a hoodie.
Yeah.
Teddy bear.
A lot of
But he
times
looks
though,
tough.
I can wear a hoodie and I can put a hoodie on and be okay. But
Not
most
me.
of the time,
ain't nothing I can do.
yeah. Well, and no matter how bad it is, whenever it's double it when it's both of us,
Right.
The only
Because
thing-
most of the time they'll go, "Man, I thought that was you, but then I
That's
saw
where they
you
done
and
with
I
Precious.
knew it was."
We get that all the time.
Yep.
We seen Precious, and we knew JJdaBoss was somewhere close.
The
You
only
know, and
thing-
not talking about
only
it because we
thing you
need
can
we need
do-
the supporters and the fans. We
Oh
need
yeah,
them.
no,
No.
you can't.
You
You,
know,
can't
I love 'em.
badmouth them. We
And-
love
Right.
the fans.
And
We
so
love
the
the
only
people.
thing you can do is smile and be nice and take the picture and be cool and hope that they support you. You know, for as long
But we
as
give
you're
up a lot
around.
of our life for this.
You give it all up. I've given up everything. You know, somebody asked me.
You know,
who was
Veda
it?
and
Who
Aubrey
was
tells
it?
me,
Who was it? It was a magazine. Somebody asked me in a magazine, or somebody in a magazine or something asked me the other day. They said, if you had it to do all over again, would you accept it? Would you do the show if you had it to do all over again with everything that's going on in your life? Would you do it all over again? And I said, well, don't ask me that. Don't ask
Right.
me that. And they said, why? And I said, because you're asking me basically. I would get my best friend back, Flip. I'd
Right.
get my first car back, and I'd get to be with my boys every night.
right?
You know what I mean? Come on, man. Don't ask me that. Don't make me that way. You
Right.
know. Don't make me hate this. You know.
Yeah.
So the only thing you can do is the next time that my kid hits the ball,
Be there.
I have to be more excited than I was. You know what I mean? And it's just there's nothing that you can do, and you just hope
So,
that one
are you
day.
in the agreement? Are you in the agreement that you can't act or worry about the past? Do you agree with that? Yes or no?
you have no.
Yes.
You can't. How can
You can't?
You can't.
That's in the past. Don't worry about it.
What?
That's in the past. Don't worry about it. Let's roll on to the
don't-
next one.
I don't get the.
I
That's
think
in
he
the
I
past.
think he just wanted to smack me. So he
That's
said
in the
that.
past.
But
Don't you
I
agree?
don't understand.
Is it not in the
understand.
past? Let's roll on. Come on.
It is in the past.
So you got to
But there's
watch
a
what you
difference-
say.
There's a difference.
No, it's the past, brother.
But there's
So you think you should worry about the past? Is that what you're saying?
We have to worry a little bit. He's wanting to kill me right now, right? Chief is, because I slapped
Yeah,
him upside his head.
no, and I could probably help him.
And help him, man. I know me and Precious can't whoop you two guys. I know this.
Because
I know we
I don't
can't.
understand. I'm really confused
Okay,
right now.
because we
Yeah.
have to worry about the past.
I got you. No, I see what you're saying.
We have to. You know what I'm saying? But we have to learn
I
from the
don't.
past.
I don't.
You damn right. He's not going to say that again. He's not worried about the past. If he does, he's going to hit me in my mouth and whoop me.
I'm just
he's
thinking about the
saying is-
future now. Okay.
I'm totally confused. No, because I
You
have no
understand
regrets.
Yeah, no, I get it. You do. You have
I mean-
to worry about you know, and I'm going to worry about it at one point.
I believe, that you learn from your past. I do believe
You're
that.
saying you take
But I'm
things in
not
your
worried
past,
about it.
And you makes you better.
Makes you better person.
Because I've made some
I get that.
mistakes.
I've learned
I've made some
from my
mistakes. Listen to
past,
this.
but I
Here's
have
what
no
I'm going to
regrets.
do. Okay, here's what I'm going to say this, and I ain't going to try to hit Chief
Yeah,
again.
you hit him pretty hard.
Well, I had to make it sink into him because he's hard-headed.
I mean, he slapped you pretty
Check
good.
this out.
Dude,
And I love you,
Yeah.
and I never want to
Hey,
fight you. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But I'm going to
was
say
tough.
this.
Yeah, dude,
That was tough, brother.
I know.
That was tough.
Here's what I'm saying. My kids, I got 12 kids.
I got
and
to
I-
love you to do that.
And those kids, I love them with all my heart, right? But I wasn't the father that I could have been, that I am now today with these kids. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Not that I love Annaline any more than I do Josh, or that
No,
I
you
love
just-
Aubrey
right.
any more
You're in a
than I
different
do
place now than you were
Leanne.
then.
I'm at a different place. So what I'm saying is we do have to take the past
No, I get you.
and make ourselves better.
Right. I get it. But
And I love you, and I didn't mean to hit you, but I feel like you needed that, brother.
Well, hey, sometimes I need to get hit. I've been hit before. I can take it. But I agree that you take the past, you learn from it, and you move on. But you can't dwell on it, though.
No,
That's
I don't
right.
worry.
I agree.
Well, worry.
what I said.
No, worry and dwell.
So, like,
That, in my opinion, that's pretty damn close to the same thing. I mean, I don't
give
worry
me-
about the past.
my two boys are, I mean, they are my everything. And I can't even explain to you how much I want to be around them
Right.
and can't sometimes. And so it's tough. But I
And-
also know that I'm hoping that one day that my boys will learn from my mistakes too. So but I want them to look at it as you can be anything you want. It don't matter where you come from. It don't matter who you are, as long as you go for it. And it don't matter what you're into.
Believe in what
It
you
doesn't
believe
matter
in.
what it doesn't matter what you're into. You could be into fucking dominoes, and if you're into it and you're passionate
You're
about
looking
it,
for the candy rock.
if you're passionate about dominoes to the point where that's your religion and you love it and live it, then roll with that. Don't let nobody discourage you from it. And hopefully that what I've done will help teach them to follow their dreams, do whatever the fuck it is they want to do. And I hope that one day they look at it and say, hey, look, he was providing for us and he was following his dreams as a person.
How do you feel about this? Because I'm crazy. I look at things different. Okay, you sit here and you badmouth. We talk about Chief, or they talk about JJdaBoss, or we talk about Shawn. Talk bad about him, put some awful comments, call him everything you could think of under the sun, right?
That's what
and
they
we're
do on
saying
a
how
daily
bad
basis.
he is, right?
They do that to me on a
But think
daily
about
basis.
it. You're calling someone's father or someone's son something. So you're worse than me by calling me that.
Yep.
Do you
Yep.
agree?
But it makes them feel better.
Hold on now. If I'm such a bad guy, who are you for saying that to my kid's
about-
father?
Those are going to be the first people sending in your line the next time you're at the track.
Yeah, but
I'm telling you right now, man.
I posted a picture of my son and said happy birthday to him, and all he wanted to see his picture on my Instagram, and he wanted to see how many people could tell him happy birthday because he's 7.
Right.
He doesn't know. He only knows 10 people.
Right.
His whole life.
And they
is
say
about,
some
whole life
horrible
is about
things.
10 people. So he's looking at that like, look at all these strangers telling me happy birthday. How cool is that? They're from all over the world. And then some fucking cunt wants to write,
A retard.
wants to write on there, can't believe you left your wife and you got a girlfriend, all this other shit. And I'm like, why? My son has to read that on his fucking birthday post,
Right.
But they're, to me or to them, they're better than me because of
That's the
their
only thing
life.
that I think about when the show. I think about you guys. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just
We're human.
we're human like anyone else, and I'm not nowhere near nothing like you guys.
Well, I don't
You
know.
know what I'm saying? Because I can only
not
imagine.
Very many humans piss in a cup during a radio show in the
I'm
mess
JJ,
shack.
the motherfucking boss.
You ain't never lie. I've been knowing you your whole
I've
life.
been knowing you for a minute, and you ain't never
You
lied.
ain't never
Right.
lie.
But you know what? I'm human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
And that's my only deal with the show stuff. You know what I'm
So with that being said, this is going to be the longest but best podcast we've ever had. I'm having more fun than ever. Other than the smack in the face, which
I didn't know, not in your face. It was on the
I
side.
didn't feel
was
it
on the
in my
side.
face anyway.
It was on the side,
I
brother.
didn't feel it in my face anyway. I felt it in my gut because that's what made me want to get up and stomp your fucking brains out.
Don't do that, please.
No, I took your lesson that you taught me. That's tuition. I'm gonna let that go, but I'm gonna tag you back. One day I'm gonna get you back. So with that all being said, there is rumors, and there has been people on the internet, people everywhere are reading into this. You being on the show and you running this race and all this other stuff. There's rumors that, and this is the podcast. This ain't the show. You say whatever the fuck you want in this room. Okay.
Right.
There are rumors that you have been approached from Discovery Channel or Pilgrim or whoever, or anyone for that matter, to get your own show. It's going to be Memphis Street Outlaws. You're going to get your own show. You're going to, because they're looking for somebody to give the New Orleans show tour, budget tour, whatever. So, like, what's the deal with that? Is there any truth to that? Have you been approached by anyone? Are you looking into this? Is anybody talking to you about giving you a show? What's the story?
Man,
Be honest.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna keep this 100 with
You
you.
ain't never lie.
I did one
Ain't
time.
never lied.
Here's where I'm at with it. If the producers say that we're all a bunch of outlaws and they start talking bad about us, hey, I'm still gonna street race. That's what I love.
No
to do.
doubt.
That's what I love to do, and that's what I'm gonna do. Now, am I going to mess with a show and stuff? You know, I'm like this. You know, I might not be thinking right like you're supposed to. I feel like Justin Shear founded the Memphis Street Outlaws JJdaBoss group. That's how I feel. You know, do I want to come up here and outrun him like everybody else and steal his show? No, I don't want it like that. I don't. It's not. That's what it's not a part. I enjoy coming up and racing with you guys. You know, in street racing.
Wait a minute, but you're saying I founded? No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No, that's not right. That would be
well,
like
I'm saying in my eyes. I'm saying here's what I'm saying. No, I'm saying this.
Okay.
I'm saying that you race with me in Dallas, Texas. You and Shawn.
Yes.
Together.
Yes.
And we started talking. You and Shawn said that, hey, JJ, or I was Jonathan, you are real, dude. You're a real street racer. Do you got another group of street racers? And I said, yes, I race. I'll get a group, and I got my group that I race with.
So you did that, though, by being real. We didn't, you made your own path.
So then I went, and I put, gathered the group, the Memphis Street Outlaws, JJdaBoss. If it don't say JJdaBoss, it's not the Memphis Street Outlaws.
Like a Rolex.
Hell yeah.
Right.
And
not like the watch you gave me.
And so I took some guys that are from different parts and different groups, and we combined the forces.
Right.
And the Memphis Street Outlaws, JJdaBoss, made their first appearance with y'all on the TV over there in Memphis. So hey, am I trying to come down here and outrun Chief just so Discovery will give me a show? Hell no, I ain't. And hell no, I don't want to.
No, you've never, for the record, you've never contacted me to do anything with a race or with the show. Every time you've been on the show was me contacting you. Not producers contacting you, not Discovery. It was me asking you if you wanted to race with us or if we could race with y'all, or whenever we were at Cash Days, just for the record so nobody thinks we're bullshitting here, whenever we're at Cash Days, I was upset because I went out first round. I was upset because a few different things, and I've expressed those concerns with the people that matter, and we've talked it all out. I was upset with a little bit of the way things went down. So I was like, man, we just need to put another big race on then. You know what I mean? Let's put a race on really soon, like, here next week or two, because everybody's still pumped up, cars are still running, everybody's still in the same part of the country. Let's do a race. I said, I'm gonna put on a race. When I asked you about it, I said, hey, if I put on a race, would you show up? You said, well, hopefully it ain't next weekend because I'm going to throw a race. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, yeah, this shit's fucking pissed me off. I don't like it. I'm going to throw my own race. And I was like, okay, well, if you're going to throw a race, then we'll just come to your fucking race. You know what I mean? This wasn't for Discovery or for Pilgrim or anyone. Right. Nobody contacted you to do this other than me and you talking at the race.
Damn right. For sure, 100%.
Now, but since then, has anybody... Are they giving you a show? Is there any rumor? Have you heard anything on that? Or, okay,
not at all. Here's what my plans are. I want to race with you guys. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy street racing. Y'all bring me up. Y'all let me. You said, hey, do it JJ's way. However y'all do.
Do you feel like we were honest with that? You did it however the fuck you wanted, right?
Shit. Like I told them, they don't like it. Hit the trailer.
Yeah. Producers and all.
Like he told you.
Producers and all.
This race
the producers study trying to tell me.
Let's do one round of small tires.
Yeah, one this, one that.
Goes,
you got to stand over here. No, I'm not standing over and do what you want me to do. I'm not going to be your damn.
Yeah.
Pet
We're going to have this race, and y'all's going to document it.
If you want a street race, I'm going to give you a legit
and you got 10 minutes
race.
in between races to get them cameras in the cars.
Get your ass up here.
Sometimes wasn't even 10 minutes because some of the races, racers were ready.
It's crazy
as
man.
It pulled through.
I've never seen it go down.
Well,
like
now
that.
we know they can make it happen.
It was amazing. They've never said that. Every time I've ever tried to do anything, I was like, we can't do it that fast. We need more time for the cameras. You didn't give them an option. You told them it's going down with or without.
Yeah, if that car starts doing a burnout.
Hey, turn around, JJ. Turn around, JJ. We need you this side. Hey, I'm not going to fucking turn around every time you try to tell me turn around and smile.
Get this camera to come around.
Because if I do, I'm going to freeze up on you because I'm going to feel like I'm not in my element.
Yeah,
but if you'll back up out the way, let me do my thing, I'm going to let you in on my world.
So if they did come at you and wanted to do a show about the Memphis Street Outlaws, what would you say to that? Where would you be if they did? If they came to, because the people want to know, man, this big thing everybody's talking about right now.
I would call Justin Shear. I would say, this is what I got going on. They called me and they said this and they said that. And if I didn't do that, I'd be a cow with chicken shit in my book.
Why?
But how in the hell I'm gonna come try to steal something that's yours, man? Street
Outlaws
started.
They ain't taking my show away. I'm
yeah,
Big
but
Chief.
You say what you want to say. You Big Chief. You and Street Outlaws. 405 is where it originated from, right? Now, are y'all any more street than me? No. Do I do it different than y'all? Yes. You know what I'm saying? So now, if another company contacted me,
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, so if another channel,
you know, I got a call
another-
just yesterday.
if another channel, or
I
another,
got a call
if
from
another channel or another
Fabian.
show,
He said that they said they're doing the it was the same as, so they do Fear Factor.
uh-huh.
And he said, "Hey, will you come and be on the show? Da da da. Send me the pictures, the group, this, all this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No, I ain't telling you about that because that ain't
Right.
really.
That ain't my shit.
That ain't your
Ain't got
shit.
nothing to
That
do
ain't
with
nothing
me.
to do with that. That ain't
Ethel Kill Fred?
No,
uh,
is that Fabian?
No,
Who's
it's
Fabian?
different, Fabian. It's Fabian Ethel Kill Fred is doing the sleeper deal. You know him too.
I know him.
Yeah. Anyways, and I said I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? And so I decided I didn't want to do that. Right.
Right.
If Discovery or whoever y'all who does the camera shit calls me, you know what I'm saying? If I didn't come to you and say, hey, look here, Justin, look here, Shawn, this is what I got going on. Do y'all want to allow that to happen? You know what I'm saying? Then
Well,
yeah. You know, but I'm not going to do anything behind y'all's damn back or try to steal you.
While I appreciate that, you don't owe us that.
No.
You know that, right?
Well, I owe myself that.
You made your way being who you are and being
Right.
real, and that's why the opportunities open
And
up.
if the
just to
cameras
say-
did show up and did turn on you, you wouldn't try to live our life.
No, I'm gonna be
you-
me.
you
I'm gonna do
live
it my
your
way.
own That's
life.
the thing is, if you,
I'm gonna do it,
yeah.
JJ
That's the
boss.
only
If you-
difference. That's the only thing that would piss me off is somebody else trying to be me.
Right.
And you're going to be you no
Yeah,
matter what.
always.
Yeah.
Okay, then why would
Then
you want to
let's-
be somebody else?
I ain't gonna never
And
do
if
that.
you- but if you're gonna make it on your own, then you don't owe me shit anyway. I mean, I appreciate the call, and I appreciate you looping me in on it, and I appreciate you putting me in on it. And I'll do anything to help you if it does happen. If for some reason they do contact you, I'd love to be a part of it, and I'd love to help you out in any way, shape, or form. I would do that because real recognizes real, you know. But I ain't gonna be no hater if you don't call me. You know, I ain't
I'm
gonna
going
be
to.
Okay,
You know, that's where I stand.
Yeah.
Now, am I going to do? And if you say, "Hey, JJ, check this out," you know, I feel like this is a good opportunity. You can make some money. You can do this. You can do that. Then I might. Then and if I decide to do that, hey, I'll do it, and I'm gonna do it my way. And
Yep.
people might hate it, and they might love it. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Or hey, back and forth each other as far as that goes. But am I worried about? I'm really just enjoying my damn street racing.
I get it. So basically, if you do get offered a show, then I'm gonna get a phone call. Basically, is what you're
Most
telling
definitely. And I feel like it wouldn't be real if you didn't.
me. I get it.
You know, someone asked me the other day they asked Midget, and Midget asked me on the internet. They said, "How are those 405 guys?" And Midget she made a about this long. He might have seen it. What I told her because Midget only types what I say. She might lay a few cuss words out. And I said, they said, "How are those 405 guys?" That was the question. Are they real or what was it? They was asking, are they?
Yeah, on the JJdaBoss.
Yeah, they said, "Are you real?" Read it to them real quick. What I said, or what and more or less, I said, here's what I said. I said, Shawn is a great guy. He's street. You know what I'm saying? And I said, mine's just a country ass dude. You know, Dave, he's a good guy, but you got to watch him. He gonna try to make you trick you and make you believe what he wants to believe. Dominator, tell me when you find I can stop. I said, Dominator, just a country ass dude. Dominator, just a country ass dude. Really don't know which way he going. Or he wouldn't have been over in a damn fight. Me and you have to bail him out. He don't even know he's supposed to fight.
Yeah.
Me and you over having to bail him out. Shit's deep, and he don't even know it. He's just a good guy. And I say, and then I get down and I say, all of this to say this. I said, I've not really had a lot of dealings with the 405. I mainly deal with Justin.
Yep.
Don't get me wrong. He gets on the TV and he blasts me, tells you I brung a pro mod. He'll say he messes up on the starting line, then says that JJ was trying to be slick to him and move the starting line because he got to clean it up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But so I don't trip on that. Hey, you know what I'm saying? But so I said, Justin is as real as anyone could be in his situation.
Yeah, I get that.
Yep.
And that was my little deal of it.
I get that.
Hey,
get
I ain't
that.
trying to kiss y'all's ass. I ain't trying to do nothing with y'all. I'm telling you how I feel and how I know. And so by saying that, would I call Monza if I got a show, or would I tell Daddy Dave? No, I wouldn't, because I don't feel like I should.
Right.
But I feel like my dealings was with you to start off with.
Right, okay.
And if you looked at me and said, JJ, I don't want you to do this, I'm not going to do it.
Right. Well, and it'd be just like the JJ's arm drop was your event.
That's mine.
If
I done that.
somebody-
You
if
didn't get in the
somebody-
mix of it.
right.
You didn't mess with me. You said, do it. Hey, I even seen when you told Shawn, you said, hey, this is JJ's race. I seen that.
Yeah, no,
You
it is.
said, hey, it's his.
It ain't my shit. It was your deal. So, with that being said, if someone called me from a track or another show or whatever and said, or even if Pilgrim said in the next season, if they said, we want to do another arm drop race, you know what I mean? Let's do an arm drop race. I'm not going to hold an arm drop race, a Street Wars arm drop, none of that shit without talking to you. That's your deal. That ain't my deal.
I respect
I can't
that.
hold a JJ's arm drop. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
so and that's the great thing about the JJ's
Chase is
arm
a
drop.
race.
Well, that's the great thing about the JJ's arm drop. Nobody can hold it because it's JJ's.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So if anybody, if Pilgrim wants to, because Pilgrim's done that before with Cash Days, and I've told him, Limpy has Cash Days. Cash Days is Limpy's deal. If
Right.
y'all want to hold the Cash Days, you got to talk to Limpy. It ain't
Right.
me. You know what I mean? And I would do the same thing for you. So that's the real recognized real. That's the way it goes. Now, here we go.
This is my favorite part. Favorite part.
Here we go. This is the end of our
We
show.
haven't. We
And
haven't.
When we have a guest in the past, we've done a top 10 questions, and basically, I ask you these questions, and I'm gonna start with Precious. I'm gonna ask you these questions, and you got to fire off the answer first thing that comes to your mind. Just answer it first thing that comes to your mind. And if you feel like you have to explain what your answer is, then we'll listen to it. But you don't have to explain it for any,
just
if you don't want to.
one or
It's
the
up to
other.
you.
Basically, they're multiple choice.
Yeah. So, and we usually used to do this for every guest to come on the show, but we've kind of gotten away from it lately. But we're back. We're back.
Well, we only missed like Ryan.
As
and-
Doc would say, we're back.
Yeah.
So here we go. This is the Chief and Shawn show top 10 questions for Precious. Number 10, carbureted or fuel injected?
Carbureted.
Can you use the microphone?
Yeah.
Carbureted.
Number 9, farm truck or Asian?
Farm.
Number 8, big tire or small tire?
Big tire.
Ooh, oh, that was
Woo!
quick. Whoa, I
Wow,
thought she
that
was
was
small. I
quick.
thought she was small tire.
I would have probably
guessed.
guessed wrong on that
Yeah,
one.
me too. Okay. Number 7, grudge race or no prep?
Grudge race.
Grudge race. Ooh.
Nice.
Number 6, flashlight or arm drop?
Arm drop.
Ride or die. Number 5, concrete or asphalt?
Asphalt.
Damn.
Wow.
She fires them off quick, too. Number 4, shaved or hairy?
She said shaved.
Okay.
She's turning a little red though.
Well, see,
She's turning. This is the first time we've ever asked a girl.
Yeah, but the
Look,
question,
she's turning red.
The question is usually, what do you prefer? The question is for guys because it's what do you prefer? But now that
Yeah.
she's here, it's
Yeah.
kind of got a different meaning. But now we know. For inquiring minds in Yellow Bullet, they want to know. Number 3, small block or big block?
Small block.
Yeah, that's what's up. Number 2, Doc or Monza?
Yeah, Doc.
Wow, she's only like the second person to ever do that.
Everybody's always picked Monza.
Yeah.
And everybody always picks Asian. Number 1, street or track?
Straight.
That was easy.
That's it. That's simple.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer there.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. That was a good. This is one of the best podcasts ever. This is a special Tuesday edition of the podcast.
This is a special Tuesday.
All right, JJ, your turn for the
You're
top
up,
10,
JJ.
and then we're going to get the fuck out of here. Number 10, carbureted or fuel injected?
Carburetor.
Of course. You dinosaur, motherfucker. Number 9, farm truck or Asian?
Asian.
Number 8, big tire or small tire?
Small tire.
What? I thought you said big tire. What the hell? You a small tire guy?
I like the challenge and the nobody can do it and all of that. Precious likes kind of the big tire because she wants to beat the big top.
I got you.
brain
That makes
part of
sense. That makes sense. All right. Number 7, grudge race or no prep?
Grudge.
Grudge race. All right. Number 6, flashlight or arm drop?
JJ's arm.
JJ's
Chases
arm
a
drop.
race.
Number 5, concrete or asphalt?
Asphalt.
Really? God damn. I don't get it. I don't think anybody's ever said.
No.
Yeah. Number 4, JJ, shaved or hairy?
Let's go, Harry. Tijuana, Mexico.
Let's go, Harry.
Let's go, Harry. Oh, God. Number 3, small block or big block?
Small block.
Really? Small block.
On asphalt.
Oh, yeah, and small tires, right?
Yeah.
Number 2, Doc or Monza?
Damn, would I be cheating on Monza if I do Doc?
I'd be cheating on Monza if I do Doc.
That's gross.
Let's take the pair. Two's better than one.
Oh, he gonna have a menage.
He gonna double team him.
He gonna double team Doc and Monza. Number 1, street or track?
Street.
Okay, and the final question of the special Tuesday edition of the JJdaBoss podcast here. Son, who's the fastest street racer in the whole wide world?
JJdaBoss.
No, JJ got to answer this one. What do you say, son? Who's the fastest street racer in the whole wide world, son?
You daddy. Hey, I owe you 8 more, mother.
How many more?
8.
He's got 8 more. 10 fucking you daddies.
That's 8.
Hey, that's worth more than the money.
For all you people who don't know what
He
that
said
means.
you daddy.
For all you people who don't know what that means. In the finale, in the final race between me and JJ when he wheelied, we raced for 10 you daddies. So that means when I ask him, and I put son in the question, when I ask him, no matter what I say, he has to say you daddy after the question. And I get to ask those at any time, any place, anywhere, and he has to answer you daddy.
You only got 8 more.
And I got 8 more, and it's going to take me 20 years to use them up. All right, thank you so much for coming in. Thanks for giving us a little insight into who you are, what you're
We
about.
appreciate y'all making the trip down here.
I think that we don't have to be friendly to you for like 2 years after this. We've been awful nice today.
Yeah.
So good luck to you in anything that you do, anything you got going on. Please let us be involved in it. Let us race with you. If you're putting on a big race for big money, we want it.
I feel like I'm going to be invited because he's going to have to try to get them shoes back.
And I got to get my shoes back.
Gotta have
you know what I mean?
those
Why don't we just trade?
No.
No, I'm going to win my shoes back on the streets of Memphis against JJdaBoss. You can bet that. Or I'm at least going to race for him, goddammit.
And tell him what you going to do, Precious.
I'm going to win my shoes back from Shawn on the streets of Memphis.
How's that going to happen?
On the streets of
On
Memphis.
the streets of
I think we're
Memphis.
1-0.
Come to Memphis and you'll find out.
Is that a
All right.
call out?
No, I got
Do you accept? Is it a yes or no?
Season
Well, I mean,
season 10 is
I
going
ain't
to be
scared of
lit.
no girl, but we're going to have to see what circumstances.
Hold on.
I see a lot of people turn down
Did I hear
call-outs from her.
Did I hear Justin Shear say she's a bad?
She's a what?
You said when she left out on Chuck
Oh,
and
yeah.
beat
She's
Chuck.
a bad shut your mouth.
Was it a shut your mouth?
I don't know.
Or did you say she's a bad
I don't
bitch?
remember what it was.
that was
It was a bitch.
She's a
I
bad
think
bitch.
so. I think we've probably all at one point said that. Hey, don't trust me. I've seen her out in front of me before, and I was scared.
Yeah.
I was scared.
She can drive.
No, there ain't
Yeah.
no doubt about that.
So how do you deal with it? Everybody talking shit about you on the internet, and everybody talking about wanting to see you
Yeah.
naked, and everybody talking about all the gross shit they say. How
Cars
do
are
you deal
dirty,
with
and
it?
the food takes 3 showers a day.
Where's the pictures at? There got to be some out there.
Well, the guys on Yellow Bullet are interested.
Oh, are they really?
Oh, there's a lot of talk about her on
Man,
Yellow
I haven't
Bullet.
been on Yellow Bullet in
Yeah,
a
there's a lot
while.
of
I'm
talk
going to have
about
to get on there and check
and there's
that
a
out.
lot of
Precious,
talk- I mean,
Precious
but
takes
every-
that to heart because she reads it. See, I don't read it. I got a flip phone. It don't matter
Right.
to me what you say.
Yeah.
But
Well,
she
you
actually
can't- you
reads
just
that,
can't
and I
let
say,
that shit bother
Precious, that don't matter.
Yeah, but how old are you?
27.
Okay, so how can you not read it? You know what I mean? Think about. I mean, Jackie's. You know, she's younger than
talking
I am.
about
A little
sissy.
bit younger.
Yeah, she's a little bit younger. Fucking dick.
No big deal.
She
How old are you?
I'm 36. Jackie's birthday was the other
It's
day.
a hard
Happy
36,
birthday.
right?
Yeah, happy
Yeah,
birthday.
it was. Happy birthday, y'all
Jackie.
home wrecker.
It was her birthday today. I said,
How do you do it?
I said,
Can't believe you.
I said, I'm probably not going to come in because it's Jackie's birthday or whatever. And Shawn said, oh, yeah, no, I understand. Turning 18 is a big deal. You know?
Okay.
He said, you only turn 18 once. Motherfucker.
Everybody sat there because nobody wanted to fucking be the first one to laugh. And his brother was working over here, and he goes,
He goes, I get it.
Once he laughed, I saw him, and he was about
God.
to fall out
I
of his
was-
fucking chair.
I was out of
And then I
breath,
felt
I
like
think.
everybody else felt like it was okay to laugh. You
Broke
know?
the wind.
I'm that dude that I'll make
Nothing's-
it fucking weird.
nothing's
You know what I
sacred.
mean? If nobody else would have laughed,
Yeah.
I'll still fucking make a joke about it. You know what I mean?
Sacred around here anyway, so we have a good time with it. But yeah, I mean, now she's the the homewrecker, street outlaws. Everybody calls her that, and she reads that shit, and it's hard. How do you? You know what I mean? And they say so much nasty shit about
people
you,
get
you know
bad.
what I
Call
mean?
you bad people. Call you bad people. Then
Yep.
they say bad things like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what my mother says.
they
Judge,
tell
don't be
me I'm a
judged.
sorry piece of shit, and I've never got on the internet and said some of the stuff that
Right,
they said
I
about
would
me.
never
I've
say
never
that.
said it about anybody. I mean,
Yeah, it's just-
maybe to their face,
and
but I'm not going to get on the internet and type
and they're
it.
gross, and they judge it, and every move you make, and to a young female, like that's tough. You know what I mean? Because it's social media is a big deal. So how do you deal with everybody?
And then these idiots
And you've
making
had
them
haters
damn
your whole
things. What do you
life,
call
I'm
them?
sure. Just knowing you
Yeah,
the
of
little bit
course.
that I've known you, you've had haters your whole life.
Yes,
like
of course.
so you've had to deal with it a little bit. And we've had haters our whole life.
But I don't figure
But it's
that,
not the scale that it is now. You've never woke up in the morning and had 3 million people hate you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
But
that's tough.
I don't
It is.
think that just knowing what I know of you, I don't feel like it's going to take you long to get used to it. Like, I feel like you'll brush it off quick.
Most
It's not going to bother you.
Most
Because
of it.
you putting yourself in the situations that you put yourself, being out, I mean, let's call it what it is, in a man's world.
Well,
Okay?
I agree.
Doing what you do, putting yourself in a man's world,
There's
off with their fucking heads, mainly 98% fucking guys that you race, you know, I feel like you're going to be all right.
But-
it ain't going to bother
but the-
you that bad.
But think about how much worse it would be if we fuck up in the car, and we blame it on the car or whatever. If we fuck up, or if the car moves around a little bit, they all say, "Oh man, he's a badass driver. Look at him, he's getting it. He's wheeling. He's doing good. He's all over the
Oh,
place."
she
and he
fucks
stayed
up
in it."
one time, man.
She makes
one fucking
Right.
mistake.
And even if it's not a mistake, even if the car just wiggles, oh, she can't drive. She's a woman,
I know.
she can't drive.
No, I
Oh,
know.
they're gonna jump on you every
and
fucking
don't
thing you
think
do.
for 1 second when I lined up against you in Dallas, everybody wasn't laughing, going, "Man, you're gonna get beat by a chick."
Yeah.
You know, and I was going, "Fuck,"
But
you
what-
know. And then I'm looking over at
So-
her in her tank top, and I'm going,
So
With
maybe
her jellies.
maybe
With her
that-
jellies on, right?
"Yeah, okay."
Maybe
hey,
that's
and whoever I
something-
pissed off by saying that, hey, it wasn't nothing personal.
maybe that's something that can help you if you get to reading that shit, and whenever you think about it, it's everybody's going to judge you no matter what you do. If the car moves one way, or if you're sleeping one time, or if you jump one time, anything you do in that car is going to be because you're a woman, or because you're scared, or because you're young, or because you can't drive, because you're this, because you're that. But maybe if you just realize that everybody that you race has to deal with the fact that if there's 100,000 people talking about that you're not good at this because you're a girl, everybody you race has to deal with those same 100,000 people. Or now, if they lose to you,
Yep.
you know what I mean? They're losing to the person that those same 100,000 people said can't drive. So
Yep.
maybe that'll help. I don't know, but it's got to be tough to read all that shit.
Yeah.
When
Because when like, I don't give a damn. I'm an old dude. You know what I'm saying? It's not nothing to me. But Precious is, a young lady. And the most of all, here's what I can say. She don't do like a lot. She don't run her mouth and cuss
No.
like some of these women y'all see. She never bad mouths anyone. She got her little thing off with your head, and that's it. That's all she
Yep.
does.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, and then you get on there and these idiots and nobodies. And I tell her, here's my famous saying. Hey, if the fans say something negative and stupid, they're just wanting attention. They want you to comment. If you comment back, they're winning.
Yeah.
I said, take your time and comment to the people that says good things.
Exactly.
And then those
That's
idiots are going to
Perfect.
see that.
That's one of the smartest
Yes.
things I've ever
Their
heard you
idiots
say.
is going to see that you're commenting to good things. Then guess what? They're not going to say those retarded
Yes.
things. They're going to say good
My
things
toughest-
to get you to comment.
That
The
was
toughest
really
thing-
tough for
the
us to
toughest thing
get
for me
used
is
to.
that, and people told me that, and I didn't care when they told me that. I was like, yeah, but fuck those guys. You know what I mean? They told me, oh, don't respond to the positive stuff, and that didn't help me a bit. A lot of people it did, but to me, I didn't. When people said just respond to the positive people, yeah, but I've already got the positive people. These motherfuckers don't think that I'm real, so I'm gonna shit on them. But then I don't remember if it was my dad or my mom or somebody, maybe my mom. My mom said, for every guy that's standing there and yelling at you and cursing you and telling you how bad you suck, if you look hard enough past him, somewhere there's a little kid standing there waiting to see you, just get a glimpse of you, just to get a smile from you, just to get a wave from you. And if you're looking at that guy who's cursing at you and calling you names and shit and you're cussing back at him, you're going to miss that kid. You're going to miss that fan. You're going to miss that one who's waiting on you. So don't let those people take the time away from the ones that the kids and those that are waiting around. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff, it does help for sure. But still, I still wake up some mornings and say, I'm going to fire up this keyboard and I'm going to fucking stomp their head in.
Yeah,
on
but
there.
also you got to look at it this way too, is most of the people who talk so much shit,
And-
one or two things you can say to them and then they're a super fan.
Right.
I mean, the
And I
people who
tell-
are big fucking haters can be turned so fast.
Right. And
Because
the
they're
one-
on there for a fucking reason.
And
And the
because-
ones that's not, if you'll check it, like say our number one haters, if you'll type on there, it's gonna be Mississippi or New Orleans. You
Right.
type on there, it's because they're
Right.
it's either
But
their
that's
fan
the
club,
thing.
their
But
friends,
you
their
can
somebody.
be cool to them, and you
But-
can say a couple of words to them, and then all of a sudden they're, oh man, hey, I was just doing that to see if I could get a rise out of you. Next thing you know, you fucking say something back to him, and he's a super fan.
It's because well, I always refer to like stuff my dad or mom has said because it's always stuck with me. But like it's the way that you relate things. And my dad said that love is a feeling or a passion, and love and hate is actually the same feeling. It's the same. It invokes the same emotion in you. Love and hate is the same emotion. First gear and reverse are the same ratio in a turbo
Same
400.
endorphins.
It's the same ratio in a turbo 400. It's just which one you're going first or backwards. So love and hate is the same passion inside somebody. So it's super easy if they hate you. It's super easy for them to convert and to convert over. So it's when you get the energy of someone who doesn't give a shit about you at all for whatever reason, you get them to love you. That's when you're doing something. So
Because
don't
most
worry
of the time,
about.
and you can tell the difference too. Because most of the
Yeah.
time, if you try to fucking say something cool to the person who just don't really give a fuck, really don't like you, isn't that super fucking hater? Then they just whatever.
Yeah.
They don't really give a fuck. They just don't really care. You're
the
not going to
hate-
convert.
the haters
them.
are gonna
But
turn.
the haters,
They're gonna
they're
turn.
either going to say something really bad back to you, or they're going to turn pretty quick.
They just want you. They just want your energy. They just want
you
they
a response.
they just
Yep.
want anything from you. They don't care what it is. They just want
I
something.
damn sure
from
wouldn't
you.
go about it like that, would you?
No.
What?
You know, the
negative
wrong
ways,
negative. I wouldn't lower. Like I'm not gonna lower myself to say something bad to somebody.
Yeah, but they want it from you so
Ooh,
bad.
hey, I have. I'm
They
telling
want
you
it
right
from
now.
you.
I've done it.
They want it from
I've
you
done
so
it.
bad, and they see everybody talking good things, and you're not responding to them, so they're gonna say something really shitty and nasty, hoping they get something out of you. Whether it's they just want to invoke some sort of emotion or energy in you to know that they can affect you. They want to
Crazy,
know
'cause
that they
I
can.
already have trouble talking, so I give it my all.
Right.
To try to talk.
Right.
And then
Right.
I get people on there talking about the way I talk, or
Yeah, that sucks. And dude, like,
because we have a black
There's
country
just-
slang.
But there's
Yeah.
nothing you can do.
Yeah.
You can't let something like that
well,
bother
it's
you.
me. I mean, I can't change it.
But
Yeah.
but the thing is, if you try to, or if you try not to talk, you're gonna look even worse, and you're
Worse,
gonna hate
right.
yourself.
Yeah, you,
You're
can't,
gonna,
you definitely can't let it bother you.
I've never liked my teeth. I've never liked my ears, and all that shit. And people talk shit about that so
Just
much,
nonstop.
And so what do I do though? I don't like, when I get on TV and I try not to smile, and then I see it, and I just feel like how stupid I look, worrying about what these people gonna say about my fucking teeth. I don't give a fuck about them.
Yep.
But there's days that it's tough, and I can't even imagine how tough it would be for who's someone who's just getting into this on a you just showed up to Cash Days one night, and now here you are. You got 100,000 people talking about nasty shit about you on the internet. I mean, that sucks.
Some asshole talking about what you're wearing and shit like me.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a problem with my fucking weight, and it shows. You can definitely tell some of the seasons where it's wintertime. Fucking look how fat I am, and that bothers me, But there's
And when
just nothing
people
you can do
talk- and
about
when
it.
people talk about it,
and then
you
when
can't
people
do
talk
anything.
about it, there's nothing you can do. Like I told him the other day, I said, "God damn, man, I sure did look fat in that fucking episode the other night." And he's like, "Man, it's fucking wintertime. That's the winter, Shawn. This summer you'll fucking lose that little bit. It's just
But the people that are
15,
talking
20
shit,
pounds,
the people that are talking shit about you, if you actually took the time to look at their life, it's rough. You don't want to be them.
No.
You know what I
Hey,
mean?
and I've done that. I've clicked
it's-
into looking at them, and Phantom's the worst at it. Sometimes I'll have to call him and go, "Hey, man, come on." Because Phantom will fuck you, and Phantom will find out some dirt on them and shit, and then fucking tell them.
He'll say some
"Well,
mean
you
shit.
He'll say some
Yeah.
fucking mean
He's
shit.
like, yeah,
to 'em.
well,
And it's all under my name,
Right.
most of the time. Sometimes
that's the way it was
with
with the Memphis Street Outlaws JJdaBoss page, right? we got the page. I put the page up. Midget. I had midget to do it.
Yeah.
And it's nothing. It's all mine. And so I just allowed everybody to be a part of it. So when they commented something stupid, everybody thinks they're talking to JJ.
Right.
And so I told the guys, hey, say, when you say something, put your name, claim it, own it, right? Because I ain't said half of that shit. So I show up at a street race, and this little idiot gets out. You know who I am? You remember me? You remember this?
Yeah, I do. Yes, I do.
And I said
verification every time.
And he making the little Mimi bullshit, the picture shit.
Yeah,
Man,
fucking right, Mimi.
I don't know nothing about that. I ain't into it. I ain't doing it. It's not me, right? I'm like, hey, if we got a problem, hey, call me.
Yeah, let's do it.
You know what I'm saying? I'll put my number out there. If you need to call me, let's meet somewhere. I ain't got nothing.
That's the other thing. That's the
I ain't
other
looking
thing.
for no trouble.
Don't put your number out there.
They know who you are. They know your name, but they'll never put their real name. All the haters, they ain't never put their real name.
And the
on
dude
nothing.
jumps out at me at a street race and says, hey, remember me? Rah. And I say, hey, dude, what the fuck you talking about?
Yeah.
No, I don't remember you.
Even if it was you, he expects you to remember one conversation that you had with him.
Yeah.
Even though there's a fucking
So I take
in,
my guy got a damn .40 caliber. He run over with, we finna lose our whole life because this goddamn idiot.
Right.
And so I did?
Over the internet.
Yeah. So I go back home and I tell Precious, I said, hey, take everybody off that page.
Yeah.
They are not no more. The only one is the drivers.
Because they're
if
not.
You come in on mine, it's a person that has a car. It's not someone that don't have a car.
Right.
And I told all of my drivers, I said, check this out. If you say something, put your name on it. If you don't, I'm taking you off that.
Accountable for what they
say.
say.
And I done that like
you.
2 or 3 weeks ago. I'm having to learn this stuff, how to do it.
Oh yeah,
no,
you're gonna have to. But guys like me and you and Shawn, we got our whole life with people talking shit about us and saying things about us and ragging on us, and we've had to deal with it our whole life. We've had to figure out how to move on and how to get past it and how to not give a fuck, because we've gone through the trouble of stomping people's brains in before, and after it was all said and done, it was like, man, he wasn't that bad. He was just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we've kind of learned to not be so interested in what people say on there. But there's other people that, that like Jackie, social media isn't as big.
Rough.
It isn't as big.
Rough.
But I'm older. I mean, I'm not saying I'm old, but I'm not like Shawn
30
or nothing.
what?
I'm not old like Shawn or nothing.
Damn.
But he don't even know what social media is.
Fucking JJ is.
Yes, you are 73, any way you look at it, brother.
What's
What?
73?
You're 73.
1973 is born 1973. That's anything you look at it.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm not as old as JJ is.
You were born in 73?
Fuck no.
Oh, okay.
You look
You was
like
born
you
in
must have had a hard
73?
life. Yeah.
He had a hard life.
You was born in 73?
Yeah.
That motherfucker way older than me.
Don't let it. Hey,
No, well, 5 years. I mean,
Yeah,
whatever.
you take
Hey,
8
5
years of
5 years.
Hey, I was preserved for
Preserved.
for 8 years.
Hey, no sun fucking lines or
No
nothing.
nothing. No kind of alcohol, no drugs, no nothing.
no partying,
No partying.
So I'm actually
9
older than
o'clock
you,
no
locked up.
consensual sex.
Nothing. Well, pocket fifis.
It wasn't consensual anyway.
It wasn't consistent. I didn't want to.
Yeah, don't let it get you down.
Yeah. You
Just
just can't let it
remember
bother
that
you.
they
I
suck.
feel like you'll be fine. Don't.
You'll be all right.
You know,
And
the
nothing
bottom
you
of
can
our
do to
question
fucking change it
is,
anyway.
hey, we're going to street race. We're going to be us.
That's
It's
right.
always going to be Memphis Street Outlaws, JJdaBoss. Hey, do we want to go out and try to be, we started with the 405 and we would like to end with the 405 if y'all will allow us.
Well, same. If y'all allow us, we want to be a part of it too.
Yep.
That's where we at.
So let's do it.
Yep. All right.
All
Let's
right.
get the fuck out of here, man. This is the longest podcast
oh my
we've
God,
ever
it's
done.
been.
Hey, it was good, though.
Chief,
and
can
we
I get
really
500 for some
appreciate
gas
it.
money?
I'm getting 500.
Yeah.
See ya.
Later. See y'all next Tuesday.
Yeah, next.